Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take you back about an hour before the broadcast. At the moment, Jack is in his dressing room talking to Rochester.
Say, Rochester, the rehearsal went pretty good today, didn't it?
I guess so.
I thought the script sounded very funny, didn't you?
It was all right.
Rochester, what's the matter? You've been acting kind of blue all day. What's wrong?
Well, I'll have to tell you sometime, so I might as well do it now. I'm going to leave you.
Leave me? Why?
Well, boss, let's put it this way. You know that Bank of America down on the corner by your house?
Yes.
Well, I've been passing it for 15 years, and just once I'd like to turn in.
Oh, stop. You get everything you want. A nice home, food, clothes. Besides that, I give you pin money.
I know, but stick me a little deeper, boy.
Rochester, I'm hurt to think that money could come between us after all this time. Why, you've been with me for 14 years.
15 years, boss.
No, 14.
15. I came to work for you the first year you were 39.
Oh, stop bragging. I was 39 before I ever met you. Anyway, Rochester, you're not going to leave me.
Yes, I am. I got another offer.
Another offer? Look, Rochester, you do hard work. I have been thinking of giving you a raise, and, well, since this is the start of a new year, you may as well get it now. Tell me, how much am I paying you?
You mean including withholding tax, Social Security, deductions, and unemployment insurance?
Yes.
We break even and shake hands.
Well, that's all going to be changed. Starting today, I'm giving you a $10 a week raise. What have you got to say to that?
Oh, that's wonderful, boss. Wonderful. Excuse me a minute. Hello? I'm sorry, Miss Bankhead. The deal is off.
Now, Rochester, I know you're kidding. So stop making up a lot of things. Come in.
Hey, Jackson, I've finished rehearsing the band.
Good, good.
We're going to run through the script again?
No, it isn't necessary, Don.
Oh, I still have to rehearse my song.
We'll do it later, Dennis. Come on in and relax a while. You know, fellas, I was thinking that perhaps we could... Oh, Phil, for heaven's sake, watch what you're doing. You're mussing up my hair.
I'm sorry, Jackson. I didn't see it there when I sat down.
Well, be more careful next time.
Throw it up in the air, Phil. I've got my slingshot.
Now, cut that out. I wish you fellas wouldn't upset me right before the show.
Oh, now, what's the matter, Jack? Why are you so nervous?
Don, you know I'm always on edge right before a broadcast.
Jackson, I can't understand you. What do you got to be nervous about?
What?
Why don't you be like me?
Like you?
Certainly. When I do a show, I just walk out and stand in the middle of the stage, look the audience right in the eye, and defy them not to like me.
I should do that?
Yeah, but first marry money like I did.
I knew there was a catch to it. Listen, Phil, when I have to do... Come in. Oh, it's Mel Blanc. Hi, Mel.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Here's that $1 I owe you for the Rose Bowl game.
Oh, thanks, Mel.
Hey, Mel, you bet on California, huh?
No, I didn't bet.
Then why do you owe Jackson $1?
I watched the game on his television set.
All right. See you later, Mel.
Yeah, so long.
By the way, Don, you should have come over.
Oh, I didn't have to, Jack. I was at the game.
Oh.
And it was really exciting. But the most thrilling thing of all was when Michigan won and they carried Coach Oosterban out of the bowl.
That's right.
Oh, say, Phil, what did you win?
Me?
Yeah, I saw them carry you out, too.
What?
I was the only one who cheered.
Look, Dennis.
Boy, was I proud. Phil's my friend.
Dennis, you can stop being proud. Out of the 98,939 people at the Rose Bowl, your friend was the only one who didn't know Michigan won till January the 4th. That's your friend over there. Now, Don, would you do me a favor? Oh, hold it. Now, there's the phone. Hello? Oh, hello. How are you? Look, I'm just trying to be polite. Dennis, it's your mother.
Thank you. Hello? Oh, yes, Mother. Well, Mother, you told me to take off the ornaments and then burn the Christmas tree, so I burned it. Well, you didn't say anything about taking it out of the house.
What?
All right, Mother. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Dennis, what happened?
Same as last year, our house burned down.
Oh, well, fortunately, your mother's a carpenter. Now, Don... didn't expect that laugh. Now, Don... Would you go out on the stage? Don, would you go out on the stage and see that everything is ready for the broadcast?
Okay, Jack.
Oh, I'll go with you, Don.
Now, Dennis, while I'm taking care of the scripts, you see that the boys in the band have the music
I
for
beg your pardon, but could you tell me where Studio A is?
Well, yes, it's right around the... wait a minute. Aren't you Deborah Kerr?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm certainly glad to see you. I'm Don Wilson.
Yes, I know. And this is Dennis Day, isn't it?
Yes. Dennis, you know Deborah Kerr.
How do you do, Miss Carr?
Hello, Dennis.
Deborah, Jack's in his dressing room. I'll call him. Oh, Jack! Jack!
What is it, Don?
Look who's here!
Well, if it isn't Deborah Kerr. Hello, Deborah.
Hello, Jack.
Jack, her name is pronounced Kerr. Isn't it, Deborah?
Yes, but that's all right. A lot of people make that mistake.
What do you mean mistake? It's spelled Kerr, isn't it?
Yes, but in England it's pronounced car.
Oh.
Just like here in America you say Derby, and over there we say Derby.
Oh, yes. Well, that reminds me. Yesterday I was in the Brown Derby and I ran into Clerk Gable. That was good. You know, he was having borscht.
It's borscht over there, too.
Oh.
Well, if you'll excuse me, Miss Kerr, but we have a few last-minute things to do before we start the broadcast.
Yes, go ahead, Don. Tell me, Deborah, what are you doing here at CBS?
I came down to see a television show. Some friends of mine are on it.
Oh, really? You know, Deborah, I did a television program.
Yes, I know, Jack. I saw it. That was about 10 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yes, and now I'm going to do another one.
So soon?
Soon?
I mean, with your radio shows and all, how do you find time?
Well, it is difficult. But you know, Deborah, it's such a coincidence running into you today when only last night I saw your latest picture, King Solomon's Mine.
Oh, did you like it?
Yes, I saw it at a drive-in, and I thought it was just great, but I missed the very end of it.
You did?
Yeah, you see, the fog came up suddenly, and I couldn't see the last 50 seconds of the picture.
Oh, well, if you wish, I'll tell you how it ended.
No, it wouldn't be fair. I got my money back. But Deborah, King Solomon's Mines was really exciting, and you and Stuart Granger were wonderful in it. But I must tell you a little secret. For a while, the producer was considering me for the part.
Well, Jack, I'm certainly glad I got it.
No, I meant Stuart Granger's part. I think. I would have loved to have gone to Africa. I bet you got a kick out of it.
Oh, most of it was fun, but we had one horrible experience. We ran into a tribe of savages. They were so fierce-looking, so wild-eyed, and so completely uncivilized. Oh, I never want to see a sight like that again.
Then you better close your eyes. Here comes Phil Harris's musicians. Look out! What a gang.
Yes, the one with the clarinet looks like an anteater.
It is an anteater. Phil doesn't know it. Now, Deborah, getting back to King Solomon's Mines, and believe me, I don't want to sound like a ham or that I'm envious of Stuart Granger, because I'm not. But if I had played that part, I would have done it a little bit differently. I would have sort of changed things around.
But, Jack, you couldn't change the locale.
No, Deborah, I didn't mean that. I would have kept it in that same place, in the heart of Africa, in the same treacherous jungle with the savages constantly singing their chants and beating their native drums. Yes, I would have done it something like this.
My name is Alan Quatermain. My business is leading safaris through the animal-infested jungles of dark Africa. For 12 years, I had lived among the savages in the Belgian Congo. I lived in a little village called Nairobi Sekarnyanjo, Kenza Boziga, Uganda Watusi, Tanganyika. My friend stopped writing to me because my address was driving him nuts. They couldn't remember my zone number. That's why I decided to leave the treacherous life of the jungle and go back to England. In fact, I was in my hut packing, happy in the knowledge that I would soon stop hearing the monotonous beat of those infernal drums.
Let me see now. I think I've got everything packed. I can hardly believe it. In 3 short weeks, I'll be back home. Gosh, I haven't seen a civilized woman in over... Ooga boogie. Yes, sir. It'll sure be good getting back. Ooga boogie. Doggone it, ooga boogie means come in. Those natives don't even understand their own language. I said ooga... Well.
Hello. Well, don't stand there staring at me. Aren't you going to ask me to ooga boogie?
Yes, come in. Come right in.
Are you Alan Quatermain?
Her voice was so beautiful. Even the name Alan sounded good to me.
Yes, I'm Quatermain. What can I do for you?
I heard that you're the best guide in Africa, and I want to hire you to lead a safari through the jungle.
Well, you're too late. I was just packing to go back to England.
But I've traveled thousands of miles to see you.
I'm sorry, miss. My mind is made up.
But you can't. You can't turn me down. It's a matter of life and death. Please, you've got to listen to me. I've come all this way to see you because you're the only one who can help me. So don't turn me down. Please. I beg you. I implore you. Please say you will do it. I need you. I need you. I need you.
As she lay there, crumpled at my feet. Exhausted from her dramatic outburst, I was confused. I couldn't tell whether she was after me or an Academy Award.
I'm sorry, miss, but I've had enough of the jungle, and I'm going back to England.
Oh, but Mr. Quatermain, I'm trying to find my lost uncle. He came to the jungle to write a book. His name is Sylvania Cartwright.
Sylvania?
That was his pen name.
Oh, yes, Pennsylvania. That writer I'm firing. So your uncle is lost, eh?
Yes, he came here 2 years ago to do some research on King Solomon's mines.
King Solomon's mines? Well, that's just a myth. There's no such place.
Oh, but there is. My brother has a map.
Your brother?
Yes, he's right outside. I'll call him in. Oh, brother, come in here.
So you're her brother, eh?
Yeah, you want to make something out of it?
It was then I decided to go on this dangerous trek through the death-infested jungle. If only to lose him.
All right, I'll go with you. But before we leave, you'll have to sign this register.
Certainly.
That's a pretty name. Deborah Kerr.
That's Carr.
Carr?
Yeah, you want to make something out of it?
Not wanting to cheat a hungry leopard out of an hors d'oeuvre, I didn't lay a hand on him. The next morning, I formed a safari. With 22 natives carrying water, food, and supplies, we set out on our dangerous journey. For miles and miles and miles, the natives sang their tribal chant as we hacked our way through the jungle.
What's the matter?
Stay close together. This is very dangerous territory. There may be a lion lurking behind every bush. Quiet, everybody. That bush, it just moved. The natives will circle it. Then after I shoot, they'll dive in and grab it.
What do you think it is?
I don't know, but if it's a lion, we'll skin it. If it's a gazelle, we'll eat it. Quiet now. They got it! They got it! Umba kaloda nuwamba.
Saloya luna mawaka kahona.
Well, at least the natives can eat.
What did you shoot?
Your brother. See that hole in his hair?
Oh, he's always had that.
Oh.
But you did enlarge it.
Oh, I shot him all right. But I still couldn't get rid of him. Our goal was King Solomon's mines. And her brother was the only one who had the map. It was painted on the roof of his mouth. He did it himself. Of course, he had to buy the brush and the paints. He had his own palette. When I heard myself saying a thing like that, I knew the sun was hotter than I thought. But we had to trek on if we ever expected to reach our first stopping place, the village of Kalawana. For the next 2 weeks, we trudged onwards to Kalawana.
Quartermain.
What is it, Deborah?
Look at that strange little bird up in that tree.
Where?
There.
What's strange about that?
It's the first time I ever saw a woodpecker with a mustache.
You'll see many strange things deep in the jungle. Look out for that lion.
Oh, Quartermain, I'm frightened. How much further is it to Kalawana?
About 15 miles.
Gee, that isn't so bad.
Why, no, it's... What? Did you hear that, Deborah? Your brother talked, and I thought I killed him. I carried him for 2 weeks. He tricked us. The cur...
That's Carr.
Oh, yes. Come here, brother. Open your mouth so I can look at the map. Come on, open your mouth. Wider. Wider. Not you.
I'm sorry.
Now, brother, hold your mouth open so I can look at the map.
I looked in his mouth, and I was able to see the map very clearly now, because the light was coming through the hole in his head.
Deborah, according to the map, we must be close to the village of Kalawana right now.
Quartermain, wait.
What's wrong, Deborah?
I can't go on. I'm so thirsty. I must have something to drink.
Well, I was saving this for myself, but here, you can have it.
What is it?
Snake milk.
Snake milk? How in the world do you get snake milk?
Oh, the usual way, but you need a very low stool. Don't throw away the bottle. I get 2 cents back. Let's go. Aganuamawa! Lakua!
What's the matter, Quartermain?
We must be near the village. Look, there's a horse.
And there's a pig.
And there's a rabbit.
What's up, Doc?
We really didn't see those animals. But if you think I'm going to pay Mel Blanc just to do a lousy woodpecker, you're crazy. However, we did reach the village of Kalawana. And as we approached, the native chief came running up to us excitedly and said,
Lalabugi Malakola Hananoya.
Huh?
Lalabugi Malakola Hananoya.
Quartermain, this native is asking us something, but we don't understand.
I'll find out what he wants. Nula Magina?
Lalabugi Malakola Hananoya.
Oh, Michigan 14, California 6. Tell me, Chief, where is King Solomon's mines?
Maga!
I mentioned King Solomon's mine. The whole tribe turned on us. Their frenzy mounted. They tied us to stakes and built a huge fire around us. Deborah became panicked.
Quartermain! Help me!
Courage, Deborah! Courage!
As I stood there helpless, a native painted in grotesque colors grabbed Deborah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this exciting epic of the jungle will be continued next week. Will Jack and Deborah escape from the cannibals? Will they find King Solomon's mines? Will Mel Blanc get paid? Tune in next Sunday for the closing episode of King Solomon's Mines.
With our special guest star, Deborah Kerr.
That's Carr.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week we continue with the second episode of King Solomon's Mines, starring Deborah Carr, through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Deborah, thanks so much for being on our show, and we want you to be here next week at the same time.
Well, do I get paid again next week?
No, you see, if you hadn't argued so much about the pronunciation of your name, we could have finished it tonight. Good night, folks.
Answer the phone. Go answer it yourself. Can't you see I'm patching your overalls?
Okay. Hello? How do you do? This is the Take It and Go quiz program. Quiz program? Yes. Can you answer this question? Who discovered America?
Columbus. Christopher Columbus.
Right! And for answering that question correctly, you have won $15,000 in cash, a new 1951 Cadillac, an electric dishwasher, an 8-piece bedroom set, a cedar chest, your house painted inside and out, an 18-foot motorboat, a 16-carat diamond ring.
Henry, why did you hang up?
Look what time it is. I want to listen to Jack Benny.
All those prizes they want to give you. Are you crazy?
You don't understand, Kelly. Today he's doing a second episode of King Solomon's Mines.
Oh, yeah, with Deborah Kerr.
That's cont.
Well, don't stand there arguing. Turn on the radio.
Okay.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the star of our show, that intrepid guide of the jungles of dark Africa, Alan Quartermain.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Alan Wait a minute. Don, why did you introduce me as Alan Quartermain?
Well, Jack, that's the character you play in King Solomon's Mines. Aren't you going to do the second episode tonight?
Yes, of course, but not right now. Everybody isn't here yet.
I'm here.
Oh. Well, Dennis, I'm so glad you are. Believe me, I don't know what I'd do without you.
My mother said you'd kill yourself.
Your mother. By the time she realized that I'm the star of this show.
Oh, I know you're the star of the show, and I want you to know I appreciate everything you did for me.
Well, thanks, kid.
You gave me the opportunity. You guided me and taught me everything I know.
Oh, Dennis, please.
Oh, no. I'm not the kind who forgets. You picked me up 12 years ago when I had nothing.
Oh, Dennis.
And now I have $38.
$38?
Which I saved for my own show.
Well, you could save on what I pay you, too, believe me. Now, Don.
Yes, Jack.
Will you please call my house and see if Rochester left yet?
Well, what about Mary and Deborah?
Rochester's driving them down. Yeah, I hope they get here soon.
Is it too windy in the back, Miss Livingston?
Not for me. How about you, Deborah?
I'm fine, thank you. You know, Mary, I'm excited about being on Jack's program again. It was fun last week.
Well, you were wonderful in it, Deborah. But tell me something. You made the picture King Solomon's Mines with Stuart Granger, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And on the radio, you did it with Jack.
That's right.
Well, tell me, Deborah, how would you compare Jack with Stuart Granger?
Well, Mary, I don't think comparisons are fair. After all, look at their ages. Stuart Granger is 32, and 7 years makes a lot of difference.
7 years? Did Jack tell you he was 39?
No, 25.
Oh, no. If Jack gets any younger, CBS won't have to buy him. They can adopt him. Deborah, how did rehearsal go yesterday?
Oh, fine, Mary. Jack is wonderful to work with. But we have one love scene where we're supposed to kiss, and I asked him to cut it.
Why?
Well, with his glasses, when you get that close to him, you feel like you're window shopping.
I know. On a clear day, he can see Big Bear. The Auto Club calls him for snow reports.
But you know, Mary, Jack really isn't a bad actor. It's too bad he never won anything.
It's just as well. His head doesn't fit his hair now.
Oh, Mary, you're terribly amusing. I don't know what Jack would do without you.
My mother says he'd kill himself. But Jack means well. Rochester, be careful.
Yes, ma'am.
Mary, a fender just fell off.
Yeah, I wish Jack could get a new car. This thing is awful.
I think it rides quite smoothly, considering that the rear wheels are so much larger than the front ones. By the way, what's that shotgun doing on the front seat?
This used to be a stagecoach. Mr. Benny still has a contract to carry the mail between Santa Monica and Malibu.
Rochester.
Neither a flat nor blowout nor dirty windshield shall stay this courier from his appointed round.
Rochester, stop being silly. There goes a hubcap. Rochester, we lost a fender, a hubcap, and a tail light.
I know.
Well, aren't you concerned about all those things falling off the car?
No, this is the molding season.
Rochester, please go a little faster. We're late already, and Jack must be worried about us.
This is awful. We got a program to do. I can't understand what's keeping the girls.
Well, maybe they went by my house to pick me up.
Oh, did you tell them to?
No.
Then why would they go to your house?
They're both nuts about me.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dennis, how can you say such stupid, idiotic things? Both nuts about you. Mary thinks you're a silly kid, and Deborah doesn't even care.
That's Carr.
Now cut that out! Anyway, Dennis, since we can't start the sketch until Mary and Deborah get here, how about singing your song? Maybe that's them now. Come in. Well, I certainly didn't expect to see you, Mr.
Turn out sheets of bone.
John, what are you doing here?
I just dropped in to tell you the good news. I just got a job.
A job?
Yeah. I'm going to be an usher at Graham's Chinese Theater.
An usher at Grauman's Chinese, eh? Well, good.
I sure was lucky to get it. There was a lot of people there before me. They must have been waiting a long time.
Well, how do you know?
I could see their footprints in the cement.
No, John, well, never mind. Look, anyway, I know you'll make a very good usher.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They offered me the same job at the Pantages Theater, but I turned it down.
Why?
They're showing Born yesterday, and the smell of hospitals makes me sick. Oh, dear.
Well, tell me, John, how did you get the job at the Chinese?
Well, I'll tell you how it happened anyway. I was walking down the street. I wasn't doing anything. Just walking down the street. I didn't feel like doing anything. Just walking down the street. All of a sudden, a fella comes up to me and says, "Hey, you." I said, "Who?" He said, "You." I said, "Me?" He said, "Yeah." Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy?
I was counting the cracks in the sidewalk.
Well, mister,
You better watch me. I think awful fast.
I'm sure you... Well, good luck on your job, Mr. Zavoni. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was Tennessee Waltz, sung by Dennis E. Day and accompanied by a 3-star Hennessy orchestra. Hey, that was a pretty good ad-lib, wasn't it, Dennis?
Yeah, it even got a big laugh at rehearsal.
Dennis, you weren't supposed to tell. You know, sometimes you do...
Hey, Jack, we're here.
Oh, hello, Mary. Hello, Deborah.
Hello, Jack. Dennis, you're here. We went by your house.
You see?
All right. Now, girls, you got here just in time because we have to do our play. Now, Mary, in this episode, you're going to be a native princess. And Dennis...
Yes?
You're going to be Deborah's brother, the same as last week. Now, go ahead, Don. Introduce the play.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the Jack Benny Jungle Art Players bring you the second episode of that thrilling saga of darkest Africa, King Solomon's Mine.
My name is Alan Quatermain. My business is leading safaris through the animal-infested jungle of the Congo. Last week, I had decided to give up the treacherous life of the jungle and go back to England. As I was packing a beautiful girl... a beautiful girl... As I was packing, a beautiful girl with flaming red hair came to my hut. Her name was Deborah Kerr.
That's Carr.
Kerr car. They come in late and give orders. Deborah was looking for her uncle, who never returned from King Solomon's mines. I refused to make such a perilous trip. She knelt at my feet and begged. She pleaded and cried, but I resisted her for hours. She offered me her lips. I remained stubborn. She offered me her love. I still resisted. Then suddenly, I became putty in her hand. She offered me money. 18 days later, with our food and water nearly gone, we arrived at the village of Talawana. As we entered the clearing, the savage cannibal tribe turned on us.
Quartermain!
Courage, Deborah, courage!
Quartermain, don't let these cannibals torture me. Do something. Talk to them.
I will, Deborah. I will. Agula Kanagu, Wagu Kanoya, Matula.
Umbage Waga Lamoa Atuna Sanako.
Quartermain, these cannibals are vicious. How are we going to get away?
Quiet, Deborah. I'll amuse them. I'll tell them a limerick. They love those.
It worked! It worked! It worked. They've gone.
Oh, that's wonderful. What was the limerick?
I can't tell you. It's dirty.
It really wasn't. But I like to drive the CBS censor nuts. The next day, Deborah, her brother, and I started out again on our search for King Solomon's mine. Aganuamawa! Aganuamawa! Makua! Why is your sister lagging behind?
Shall I go get her?
No, she's 10 feet away and you'd only get lost. You're always getting lost. I didn't see you all day yesterday.
Well, yesterday was Saturday.
Well, what about it?
I had to go back and do my own show.
I was glad he had returned because the map to King Solomon's mines was painted on the roof of his mouth. And I was the only one who knew which one of his heads it was in. Brother, you wait here. Deborah, you keep lagging behind. Here, let me help you.
Don't you touch me.
What?
I hate you, do you hear? Hate you. Hate you. Hate you.
But why? I'm trying to help you. Why do you hate me?
Because it happens in all pictures. I have to hate you first so I can fall in love with you later.
That didn't seem to make sense. In the horn blows at midnight, they loved me in the beginning, but hated me when it was over. I couldn't understand it.
What are you mumbling about?
Nothing. Aganuamawa! Aganuamawa!
What's the matter, Quartermain? Why did the natives stop?
They can always sense danger. Careful, Deborah. There's a lion. Where's my shotgun?
I saw it on the front seat of your stagecoach.
But I brought it with me. Oh, here it is. I think Ooh. We were in trouble. The lion had a rifle, too. We must get away. Aganuamawa! Aganuamawa! Late that night, we arrived at the village of San Zimbalist. As we entered the clearing, a native princess came to greet us.
Aga Mala Yakanoa.
Yakanoa? Are you a native princess?
Yes, me native princess.
But your skin is so light.
Me not real native. Me daughter of man once lost in jungle.
Oh, are you the daughter of Mr. Stanley?
No, Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Oh.
You come with me. I take you to Valley High.
Valley High? At that moment, I was proud of my writers. They were now stealing from South Pacific. The princess not only befriended us, but her whole tribe showed us their hospitality. They realized we had been traveling for days and prepared a bath for each of us. As I sat there in the big tub relaxing, they even built a big fire under it to heat the water. But I became suspicious when I reached for the soap and found out it was a potato. This was a gravy situation. My riders were also stealing from Milton Berle.
For the next 2 weeks, we traveled onward on our
Quiet, brother.
Thank you. For the next 2 weeks, we traveled onward in our effort to reach King Solomon's mine. And the feeling between Deborah and I had grown to...
Uga mala nega.
Huh? Oh, yes. And the feeling between Deborah and me had grown... had grown to be more than friendship. We was in love. Each night we sat in the darkness of the jungle, anxious to show our feeling towards each other. But her brother kept coming between us. Twice I kissed him. During the day, there was work to be done.
Quatermain, what are you doing with that shovel? Where is my brother?
No, it isn't that. Tomorrow we start across the desert to King Solomon's mine. So I'm digging a Hudson trap to catch some food.
But that's just a hole. Why do you call it a Hudson trap?
Ask your brother.
Brother? Why do they call that hole in the ground a Hudson trap?
Because the animals have to step down to get into it.
I wouldn't touch that joke with a 10-foot pole. The next morning, we set out across the hot, blistering desert. For 12 days, the sun beat down on us unmercifully. Our tongues were getting parched.
Wait, Quatermain, wait. I can't go on. My throat is dry. I must rest. How far have we traveled in this terrible desert heat?
22 miles.
Only 22 miles in 12 days? Aren't we moving awfully slowly?
Oh, we'd have gone a lot slower if I hadn't lightened our load.
Lightened our load? What did you do?
I poured all the water out of our canteens.
My first impulse was to crush his skull, but I didn't want to wrinkle the map. And though we had no water, we still continued on our way. Aganuamawa!
Wait, please wait.
Makoa! What's the matter?
I just can't go on. We'll never reach the mine. This is the end, Quaterbrain.
That's Quatermain.
Oh.
I begged her to continue. We had to find out what happened to her lost uncle. And 2 weeks later, tired, weary, dusty, and bedraggled, we arrived at King Solomon's mine.
Gosh, Quatermain, look at all those diamonds lying around.
Yeah.
Stop kissing them and find my uncle.
Here comes somebody now. What you do here?
We're looking for my uncle. His name is Sylvania Cartwright. Was he here?
Sylvania Cartwright? Yes, he here, but he go away.
Away? When did he leave? Maybe we can still catch him. Tell me, when he left here, did he walk?
No, he went by car.
That's Kerr.
Stupid native.
Well, Deborah, we got to King Solomon's mines, and your uncle is gone. So there's no use of us going any further.
I know, but what can we do now?
There's only one thing we can do. We'll finish it like all pictures. Kiss me.
What?
Come here, baby. What do you say now?
Aganuamawa.
Well, tell that to Stewart Granger. I'm going home. Thank you, Deborah Carr, and good night, folks.
Starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis A., and yours truly, Bob Stevenson, pinch hitting this week for Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, last week Jack did his 4th television show in New York and is now back in Hollywood for his radio series. Many of you probably wonder how he keeps fit with such a strenuous schedule. So let's go out to Beverly Hills and see how our little star keeps in shape. Right now, he is standing in front of the radio doing his exercises.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax.
See, that was a tough one.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before continuing, if you find that these exercises are bringing you good health and give you that great-to-be-alive feeling, show your appreciation by patronizing my sponsor, the Continental Steam Shovel Company.
Steam shovel?
You haven't lived until you've built your own freeway.
Gee, that must be fun.
And now for our next exercise, which I will read to you from my book of health. First, fold your arms.
Uh-huh.
Now bring your left wrist past your right elbow so that your right shoulder is in line with your left hip. Now pull through with a twisting motion and loop around the lower end, thus leaving the right side free. Now grab the free side, bring down under, pull back, raise to the center, and follow through, passing the left shoulder with the right arm.
Well, I made it.
Oh, heavens to Betsy. I picked up the wrong book. I just gave you directions for making a pretzel.
Oh, for heaven's sake, how am I going to get out of this? Rochester! Rochester!
Here I am, boss. Did you... Boss, what happened?
Never mind what happened. Untangle me.
Where do I start?
Well, first straighten up my head.
Where is it?
I'm standing on it.
Oh, yes. Boss, you're really twisted up. How did it happen?
I'll tell you later. Now, just straighten me up, and for heaven's sakes, hurry.
Don't get excited, boss. If I can get your head free, the rest of your body will snap back into place. Now, let me get a good grip on your head. Ah, there you are, all straightened up.
Thanks. I certainly feel... What was that?
Your nose, it was caught in your keychain.
Oh.
And now for the next exercise.
Oh, no, you're not going to get me again.
Boss, maybe this exercise will do you some good. Why don't you try it?
I'm not taking any chances. I'll listen to it first.
To begin this exercise, stand erect and follow me. Put your arms down at your sides. Now raise your arms out from the sides until they're level with your shoulders. Now let them down. Now raise them up. Down, up, down, faster, 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 up, down, faster, 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 faster.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now conclude this lesson as your instructor just flew out the window.
Flew out the window?
Tomorrow's program will come to you from Capistrano.
Rochester, turn that off.
Yes, sir.
It's the last time I'll ever listen to that kind. I'll get it. Well, hello, Phil.
Hello, Jackson.
What's the matter, Phil? Don't you feel well?
Well, I feel all right, I guess.
Well, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Well, come on inside, Phil.
Yeah, okay.
Here, sit down.
Thanks.
Now, come on, Phil, tell me. What's wrong?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it.
Phil, don't keep it to yourself. Tell me, what's wrong?
Remley's quitting my band.
Good.
Well, don't say that, Jackson. I'm hurt. Hurt to the quick.
But, Phil...
Well, you see, Remley's been with me for so many years. He's grown gray in my service.
Wait a minute. Frankie's hair isn't gray.
Not his hair, his skin.
Oh, yeah, I noticed the grayness of his skin, but I thought he was just dusty. But then you had musicians quit you before. Why carry on like this?
Well, it wasn't just business between me and Frankie. Well, it was more than that. You know that it was due to Frankie that I first met Alice. It was at a party.
Oh. Frankie introduced you to Alice?
Not exactly. I saved her from falling when she tripped over him.
How romantic. Well, Phil, what's Frankie going to do? Is he going to join another band?
No. He's getting out of the music business completely. He's going to buy a farm with 100 cows.
Oh, then he'll probably make a living selling milk.
Milk? Is that what them cows give?
Certainly.
Well, let me hit that phone. I got to tell Remley.
Phil, let me handle it. Maybe I can get him to come back. I'll call Frankie. Hello, Frankie? This is Jack. Now, Frankie, how about your changing your mind and coming back to Phil's band? Huh? Yeah, he feels terrible about losing you. He's standing right next to me now, and he's crying. Oh, yes, he's really crying. Each tear has a little head on it. You will? That's fine. Goodbye. Phil, I've got good news. Frankie is... I can't understand. I only talked to him on the phone. Phil, Frankie says he'll stay with your band.
Oh, joyous day. Hey, thanks, Jackson. I never could have believed you could have fixed...
Come in. Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Hey, how you live?
Hello, Phil. Who hit you in the face with a glass of beer?
He's been crying. Mary, you're a little early. I'm not supposed to be at the doctor's office for an hour yet.
Doctor? What's the matter with him, Livy?
Well, Jack's going overseas this summer for the USO, and he has to get a checkup and some shots.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jack, I came a little early because I got a letter from Mama, and I thought you might want to hear it.
Well, so long, kids. I'll be running along.
Phil, don't you want to hear the letter?
I'll hear it tonight on the repeat show. So long.
So long.
So long.
So you got a letter from your mother, eh, Mary? What does the Yogi Berra of Plainfield have to say?
I'll read it to you. My darling daughter, Mary.
Oh, hold it a second, Mary. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
What do you want?
Dennis, you called me.
Oh, yeah. Say, Mr. Benny, the weather is so nice. How about you going to the beach with me?
Well, it's silly to go all the way to the beach, kid. If you want to go swimming, why don't you come over here and use my pool?
Oh, I'd rather go to the beach. All the people there are crazy about me. They think I'm a great comedian and I'm very funny.
They do?
Yeah. I went swimming last week and all the people at the beach stood around watching and laughing at me.
Well, maybe it's because you look funny in your bathing suit.
Oh, bathing suit! Well, how about going to the beach, Mr. Benny? Mr. Benny?
This is Mary. Jack's banging his head against the wall.
Oh.
And Dennis, I'm sure Jack won't go with you. He doesn't like the beach.
Well, if he won't come, I'll just take my dog, Prince.
Your dog?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. You know, throwing a stick into the ocean and bringing it back.
Oh, isn't that dangerous?
No, he can't throw it very far. Well, so long. See you soon, Mary. Mary.
This is Jack. Mary stuck her head in the bending. Oh. Now, go look, kid. If there's nothing else, please hang up.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. That kid gets sillier day by day.
Oh, he's not so bad.
He's not, eh? Then why are they getting Idiot's Delight to be his summer replacement?
I don't know. Now, Jack, do you want me to read Mama's letter?
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
My darling daughter, Mary.
Hello?
It's me again, Mr. Benny.
What do you want now, Dennis?
Well, I forgot to tell you I didn't get my salary check last week.
You didn't receive your salary check?
No.
That's funny. I made it out like the others. Everybody else got theirs in the mail.
Well, did you mail mine with all the others?
Uh-huh.
Did you have my right address?
Uh-huh.
Did you mark the zone number next to the stamp? Oh, stamp! Now cut that out! Stop already and hang up.
Can't understand that kid. Every time I try to compliment him, he either hangs up or walks out.
My darling daughter, Mary.
What?
I'm reading Mama's letter.
Oh, I'm sorry, doll. Go ahead.
My darling daughter, Mary.
Boss, look what time it is. You'll be late for the doctor.
Say, you're right, Rochester. Are you ready, Mary?
Anytime you are.
Well, let's go. And Rochester, you can have the evening off.
Yeah, thanks, boss. I already called my girl, Susie.
Oh, you got a date tonight, Rochester?
Yeah, we're going to Wrigley Field.
Oh, that's nice. You and Susie going... Wait a minute. Rochester, the Los Angeles baseball team isn't playing there this week. Wrigley Field is dark.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, come on, Mary. Let's go.
Oh, come on, Jack. Dr. Grant's office at the end of the hall.
Okay. See, this building is full of doctors. Dr. Iman, eye specialist. Dr. Chester, chest surgery. Dr. Head, brain specialist. Dr. Foot, chiropodist. Dr. Smorgasbord, general practitioner. Oh, here it is, Dr. Grant. Let's go in, Mary. Mary, did you make an appointment for me?
No, just talk to the nurse. It'll be all right.
Just a minute, Mary. You've been to this doctor before. How much does he charge?
Well, Jack, he hasn't any set fee. He charges according to the patient's income.
What do you mean?
Well, if one patient makes more than another, Dr. Grant feels the richer patient should pay more. Now, go on, talk to the nurse.
Okay.
Yes, sir?
Oh, I'd like to see Dr. Grant.
Oh, you're a new patient. Who recommended you?
Recommended me? Miss Mary Livingston.
I see. Your name?
Jack Benny.
Address?
366 North Camden Drive.
Occupation?
Unemployed.
Your age?
39.
Do you have anyone to recommend that?
Never mind.
Your weight?
155 pounds.
Color of eyes?
Eyes?
They're blue, aren't they?
Bluer than the winner's tongue in a huckleberry pie eating contest.
Wait a minute. Aren't you Jack Benny?
I knew my last line would get you. Yes, I am. Why?
Well, a friend of yours, Speedy Riggs, is in the other office with the oculist taking an eye test.
Oh, Speedy Riggs. May I go in and say hello to him?
Certainly. Right through that door.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Benny?
Yes, nurse.
The doctor will be ready for you soon, but I still have a few more questions to ask you.
Oh, well, go ahead, nurse. Did you ask me the color of my eyes?
I asked you. Now tell me, do you belong to any medical plan?
What was that?
I say, do you belong to any medical plan?
Yes, I do.
Which one?
Well, the Blue Shield, the California Hospitalization Plan, the Ex-Sailor Sick Benefit Group, the Actors Mutual Health Society, the Los Angeles County Prepaid Medical Anesthesia and Ointment Program, the Linwood Poison Ivy Protective Plan, and the Mutual Cooperative Health Association. That's the $1 a day till they carry you away plan. I guess that's about all.
Well, you certainly belong to a lot of medical groups.
I know. Every day that I'm well, it's costing me a fortune.
For Christmas, he wanted me to break his leg.
Mary, you can stop with that.
You may go in to see the doctor now, Mr. Benny.
Thank you. Oh, doctor. Doctor. Look, doctor, I'm here...
Never mind. Just come right in and take your shirt off.
Wait a minute. There's something I didn't settle with the nurse. What do you charge for an examination?
Nothing. Now take your shirt off.
Wait a minute. If you don't charge people, how do you make a living?
I keep their shirts.
Oh.
Now let's get on with the examination. Put this thermometer in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, just stand behind this fluoroscope while I look at your chest and stomach. Now hold still. Well, your chest seems to be all right. Now I'll look at your stomach. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. Haven't you eaten since then? Here, now let me look at that thermometer. Well, your temperature seems to be all right. 66.
66?
Oh, silly me, I've got it upside down. It's 99.
That's better.
I'm surprised it isn't higher.
Why?
I gave you a hot foot.
Now, look, Doctor, the only reason I came in was to get some shots. I'm going out of the country.
Good.
Never mind that. Now, how about my shot?
All right. I'll get the nurse to help me. We'll each give you a shot. That way we'll finish it faster. Oh, Miss Jones.
Yes, Doctor.
We're going to give the patient some overseas shots. Have you your needle ready?
Yes, Doctor. Let's start. Now, hold still.
Wait a minute. What are you drawing those lines on my arm for?
We love to play tic-tac-toe.
What?
I go here.
Ow!
I go there.
Ooh. I go here.
Ow!
I go there.
Ow! I go here. Ooh. I beat you again.
Doctor, nurse.
Now let's roll him over and start another game.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm getting out of here. Oh, Mary!
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Al Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Mark. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Benny and his gang are in New York City. And why? Because in 1/2 hour from now, our little star will do his second television show. But let me take you back a few hours and to the place where Jack is staying, the Acme Plaza Hotel.
Acme Plaza, every room has a private air wick. What? Okay, I'll reserve a room for you, Mr. Jones. But you'll have to send a $5 deposit. $5. And if you stay less than 2 weeks, we'll refund the difference. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, miss.
What can I do for you, Fatso?
I'd like to see Mr. Benny. Would you mind ringing his room?
Oh, I'm sorry, but Mr. Benny isn't here. He's at the Sherry Netherlands Hotel.
Jack Benny? At the Sherry Netherlands?
He's visiting Miss Livingston. She lives there.
Well, how long ago did he leave his room?
I don't know. But he must have left in a hurry. He didn't even make his bed.
Well, maybe I can catch up with him. Goodbye.
Well, it was a long walk, but there it is. The Sherry Netherlands. What a beautiful hotel. Mary told me it has 900 rooms, and all above the street. 900 rooms. Looks classy, but I don't know how they get business. They don't even have their rates painted on the awning. Gee, look at this lobby. I wonder what room Mary is in. Pardon me, clerk. Can you tell me what room Miss Livingston is in?
Why, certainly. Miss Livingston is in room 3406. That's on the 34th floor.
Oh, thank you. Where's the stairway?
Stairway? Why don't you take the elevator?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Going up.
Coming.
Floor, please.
34.
Yes, sir. "34th floor.
So fast?
It took longer than you think. You blacked out.
Oh, well, thank you. Let's see, 3406. Gee, these carpets are so nice and thick. I think I'll take off my shoes and... Nah, somebody might see me. 3402, 3404. Oh, here it is, 3406. Da-da-dee-da-dum, da-dee-da-dum, da-dum, dum, dee-da-da-dum.
Jack!
Oh, hello, Mary.
Come on in. I didn't expect you over so early.
Hey, Mary, this is a beautiful hotel. And you have a lovely... Mary, what do they call it when there's more than one room?
A suite.
Oh, yes. It's a lovely suite.
Jack, let me show you the different rooms. This is the dinette.
Gee.
And look at the size of this clothes closet.
Gosh. What's that door over there? Mary. In the same room. Gee.
Jack, you've been stopping at the Acme Plaza too long.
Well, Mary, if I must say so,
Pardon me, Miss Livingston.
Yes?
I made the beds, vacuumed the rug, and emptied the waste paper basket. Is there anything else?
No, thank you.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Hello, Mrs. Broderick.
I'll be in again in the morning, Miss Livingston. Goodbye.
Jack, you know the chambermaid?
She lives at my hotel. But, gee, Mary, I can't get over this suite of rooms. What are all those buttons on the wall?
The first 4 are radio stations here in New York.
Well, what's the 5th button?
Well, downstairs in the dining room, they have continuous music. And if you press that button, you can hear it right in the room. They have a wonderful orchestra.
Gee, I just can't get over it. You know, at the Acme Plaza, my room only has 1 button.
What's it for?
I think it's for the heat. Once I pressed it, and the bellboy brought me a bucket of coal. But, Mary, your room is really amazing. See, Mary, this hotel really has everything. I just can't get over... What's that? Mary, what's that? Huh?
The telephone. I've got that in the same room, too.
Gee.
Hello?
Hiya, Livy. This is Phil. I'd have called you sooner, but I had a hard time finding the phone without a dial.
Phil, I've been meaning to ask you, why do you always use a phone without a dial?
Them operators love to hear my voice.
Well, your voice does something to me, too, but fortunately, I have some Tums with me. You want to talk to Jack?
That'll be better. I can't get nowhere with you.
Jack, it's Phil.
Oh. Well, hello, Phil. What do you want?
Well, Jackson, I know you're busy, but there's something I got to talk to you about.
What is it?
Well, the guy who plays the harp with the New York Philharmonic Orchestra is begging me to take him to Hollywood and let him join my band.
Phil, you say that the harp player of the Philharmonic Orchestra wants to join your band?
That's right.
Well, for heaven's sake, take him.
Well, I don't know, Jackson. I got to think it over.
Think it over? What are you hesitating about? If he's with the symphony, he must be a great harpist.
Well, that's what worries me.
What?
Any guy who can move his fingers that fast would be murder in a poker game.
Oh, for heaven's sake, so what's more important, a poker game or good music?
Jackson, there are moments when aces back-to-back are better than Beethoven Bach-to-Bach.
Phil, you don't even know who Bach is.
He's the fella that makes all that beer.
I thought so. Now, look, Phil, I got to go over to do my television show, so goodbye.
All right, goodbye. Oh, wait a minute, Jackson.
Now what?
Hey, did you hear about me winning that golf tournament at Pebble Beach?
Yeah, it was marvelous. You shot a 76. How in the world did you sink that 40-foot putt?
When I got to the green, I switched to a pool cue.
Good. Goodbye, Phil.
So long, Jackson.
Mary. Now, did you ever see anybody like Phil? Here he's got a chance to get a great musician. He can't make up his mind with... Are you expecting anybody?
No. Coming. Well, Dennis.
Hello, Sis.
Sis?
What do you hear from Mother?
Mother?
Close the door.
Dennis, what is this sis and mother business?
To fool the house detective.
What?
Kiss me, Toots.
Dennis!
Oh, you're here.
Now, stop. Now, what makes you think a hotel detective would follow a silly kid like you?
Well, he did.
He did not.
Oh, that's him now. Don't let him take me. Hide me, hide me. He'll send me up the river. I'm too young to die.
Dennis.
Oh, there you are.
Officer, what did he do?
He left his bicycle in the revolving door.
Oh, well, officer, he won't be up here long. In fact, with that window open, he may beat you down.
Good.
Now, Dennis, why don't you be a good boy and go?
Okay, but first Hey, what are those buttons on the wall?
Well, push the last one, Dennis, and you'll see.
All right. Gee, music comes out.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that song.
You do?
Yeah, listen.
You sang that very well, Dennis. Now, here's your hat and go.
Oh, I'm afraid to go. Maybe the hotel detective is still in the hall.
Now, stop being silly.
Oh, please, Mr. Benny, step out in the hall and see if he's there, huh?
Dennis.
Jack, humor him.
Oh, all right. There's nobody out here.
Dennis, why did you lock him out?
Kiss me, Toot.
Dennis, open that door.
Oh, that settles it. I'm through with games.
Dennis, why did...
Goodbye.
Goodbye. What a crazy kid. Say, Mary, if we want to have dinner before my television show, we better go now.
Okay, I'll get my coat.
While you do that, I better call Rochester to the theater and see if everything is ready.
Hello, Mr. Bennett's dressing room.
Hello, Rochester.
Oh, hello, boy.
Rochester, I called you to find out if everything is going along all right.
Yeah, and boss, you should see your dressing room. You can hardly get in here. It's so full of flowers.
Well, isn't that nice? A lot of them, huh?
Boss, there's so many flowers here for you, it's good to hear your voice again.
Gee, who are they from?
Oh, practically everybody. There are bouquets here from Mr. Paley, Dinah Shore, Fred Allen, Ethel Merman.
Fred Allen? He sent me a bouquet?
Yeah, and he left a card with it. I'll read it to you.
Yeah, let me hear it.
To Jack from Fred. Roses are red, violets are pink. On radio, you're bad, but on television, good luck.
Good luck.
He had another finish, but I talked him out of it.
Oh, were there any other calls for me?
Well, before I left your hotel room, a fella came from Collier's magazine. He said they were going to do a story about you, and he asked me some questions.
Well, what did he ask you?
Well, first he wanted to know your approximate salary.
Uh-huh.
Then he wanted to know how long you've been making it.
Uh-huh.
Then he got to the question that for years has been a burning issue in the public mind.
What question?
Could you possibly be as cheap in person as you are on the radio?
Uh-huh.
When he hit me with that one, I had to think fast.
What did you tell him?
I told him you were such a lavish spender you was known from coast to coast as Diamond Jim Benny.
Oh, good.
Then I told him you threw your money away like you were allergic to green ink.
Atta boy, Rochester.
And I just about had him convinced when in walked the man.
What man?
The man you rent your other twin bed to.
Oh, my goodness. Of all the times for him to come in. Well, Rochester, do you think the man from Collier's will write a good article about me?
Oh, I think so, boss. He even wanted a picture of you. So I gave him the one of you shaking hands with the King of England.
Oh, swell. Good.
But the picture was too big, so they had to cut it down a little.
Gee, I hope they didn't cut out the king.
Oh, His Majesty's all right. But your hand looks like it's coming out of a wall.
Well, that's better than nothing. Well, goodbye. I'll see you at the studio.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm ready, Jack.
Good, let's go. You know, Mary, I can't get over what a nice hotel this is.
You know, you get such a beautiful view from way up here.
Yeah.
Hurry, there's the elevator.
Down, please. Watch your step, Mary.
main lobby.
Come on, Jack. Jack!
You'll have to wait a minute. He blacked out again.
I did not. I'm waiting for my hair. There it is. Let's go. Come on.
Jack, there's a little French restaurant just around the corner we can walk.
Okay. Gee, there's sure a lot of people in here.
Yeah. Maybe you should have called for a reservation.
I didn't think of it.
Well, maybe you could get a table if you gave the head waiter a tip.
Well...
Give him $5.
Mary, you're cute. You wait here. I'll go talk to the head waiter. Excuse me.
Oui, monsieur?
I'm in a hurry. I'd like a table for two.
Oh, I'm sorry, monsieur, but all the tables, they are taken.
Oh. Well, look, I'm in a hurry. I've got to do a television show tonight.
I am terribly sorry, monsieur, but I am sure if you would like to wait, it will not be too long.
Well, Captain, come here a minute.
Oui?
Obtenir moi un tablet, et je vous récompenser.
I do not understand.
Why not? You're French, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. I put this on for the rubes.
Well, look. I've got to have
I am so sorry, monsieur. There are no tables.
Well, all right.
Did you get a table, Jack?
No, let's go to some other... Hey, Mary, look who's sitting over there.
Where?
In the corner. It's Douglas Fairbanks, Jr., and he's all by himself. I'll ask him if we can sit with him.
But, Jack, if he's eating by himself, maybe he prefers to be alone.
Don't be silly, Mary. He'll be glad to have company. Come on, let me do the talking. Hey, Mary, what a surprise! Look who's here.
Huh? Oh, hello, Jack. Hello, Mary.
Well, if it isn't Douglas Fairbanks, Jr.
You know, Jack, this is a funny place. You say, well, if it isn't Douglas Fairbanks, Jr., and everybody in the restaurant applauds.
Yes.
Say, Doug, this is quite a surprise running into you. What are you doing here in New York?
Oh, I'm here to see some shows. Guys and Dolls, Call Me Madam. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of investing in one of the new ones.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? I've got some money invested in South Pacific.
No. Lucky fella. How much money have you got in it?
Oh, it's not much. Really not worth talking about.
No, I'm interested, Jack, really. How much have you got invested in South Pacific?
$8.80.
That was for the ticket.
Ticket? So much just to see you?
Doug, we're sorry we interrupted you. And
No, Mary. Look, Doug, we're in a spot. You see, all the tables are taken, and we're in a hurry. Would you mind if we joined you?
How can he say no? You're already eating his rolls.
There's enough for both of us.
Sure. Come on, sit down. Here, I'll make room for you, Mary. Here.
Thank you.
Now, Jack, I'll move over so you can...
Oh, just sit still, Doug. You needn't move for me. I'll squeeze right in here and... I'm sorry, Doug. I knocked over the pitcher and spilled the water on you.
Oh, that's all right. I was expecting it.
Huh? Oh. Well, here, Doug. Let me hand you my napkin so you can... Whoop! Knocked over the ketchup bottle. Some splashed on your coat there.
You know, Jack, I've been sitting here eating for 30 minutes. You've been in here 10 seconds. And you've got more on me than I've got in me.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to... Doug, why are you smearing the mustard on your sleeve?
Well, you're in a hurry. I thought I'd save you the trouble.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
May I take your order, mademoiselle?
Yes.
He meant me.
Oh.
I'll just have a club sandwich and a cup of coffee.
Yes, mademoiselle. And yours, monsieur?
Gee, I don't know what to have. What's that you're eating, Doug? It looks delicious.
Oh, this is something my mother always used to make for me. It's my favorite dish.
What is it?
Matzo ball soup.
Oh, waiter, I'll have a club sandwich, too, and coffee. Very good, monsieur.
By the way, Doug, I saw your latest picture, The Great Manhunt, and it's certainly an exciting mystery.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
You made that picture over in England, didn't you, Doug?
Yeah.
You can tell because the scenes in the English slums were so realistic. You must have searched all over London to find such a run-down place.
Well, you know, as a matter of fact, that was the only scene that was shot here.
You here in New York?
Yeah. At a place called the Acme Plaza.
Well, that's a coincidence.
Jack, shut up!
Oh.
What's wrong?
Nothing. You're eating.
Oh. Say, Jack, what are you doing here in New York anyway?
Well, I'm here for a television show. I'm going right down to the studio from here. I think it's going to be good, too. I'm having John L.C. Savoni and 2 special guest stars, Frank Sinatra and Faye Emerson.
Well, that sounds exciting. You brought your entire radio cast to New York, too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. How'd you know?
Well, I ran into Phil Harris at the Stork Club.
You did? Well, if I know Phil, he had his foot up on the rail.
No, as a matter of fact, he had his head there.
Well, as long as he was comfortable.
Here comes our food, Jack.
Oh, yes.
Gee, that sandwich was good.
Yeah. Hey, look what time it is. I better get the check. Waiter, our check. Waiter.
Jack, he sees you. Get off the table.
I'm sorry. I'm in such a hurry. I don't know what I'm doing, you know?
Excuse me for interrupting, but I happen to have a snapshot of you, Mr. Benny. Would you mind autographing it?
Oh, I'd be happy to. There you are, Jack Benny.
Oh, thank you very much. It was nice meeting you.
Oh, wait a minute, lady. This is Douglas Fairbanks, Jr. Don't you want his autograph?
No, but 30 years ago I would have.
Jack, look what time it is.
Gee, look, Doug, I've got to run over to the studio for my show. Perhaps we can have lunch sometime while I'm
Here
in...
is the check, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, Pierre.
No, Doug, let me take it. After all, it was your table and Mary and I barged in. So I insist on paying it.
No, Jack. I'd feel better if I paid it.
Well, if your health is involved, go ahead. Well, I got to run along, and see, my hands are kind of sticky. Where's my napkin? Oh, here it is. I can't pull it up. What's the matter with this napkin?
You've got my shirt tail.
Oh, well, here, I'm through with it. Well, so long, Doug.
Goodbye, Jack. Pierre.
Yes, Monsieur Fairbanks?
You have a television set here?
Oui, monsieur. There's one in the bar.
Well, have him tune in to CBS immediately so I can see Jack Benny's television show, will you?
Monsieur, are you a big fan of Jack Benny?
No, but that Faye Emerson, wow.
Okay, yeah, if I didn't have to work, I'd go with you.
Thanks very much, Douglas Fairbanks, for appearing on my program. Good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
In the past few weeks have been more than hectic for Jack Benny. Yesterday, tired and weary, our little star returned home from New York City. As we look in on him today, he's determined to do nothing but relax and take it easy. Are you comfortable, boss?
Oh, yes, very comfortable. Rochester, move my chair a little closer to the fireplace.
Yes, sir.
Ah, what a way to relax.
Do you want me to lift your eyelids so you can see the fire?
No, I'll do it myself. But with these long lashes, they are kind of heavy. Yes, sir, there's nothing like sitting by the open fire. What was that?
I just threw one in to help you out.
Thanks. Gee, this is wonderful. I think I'll doze off for a while. This chair is so nice. And, whoop! To get that spring fixed. You know, Rochester, I hope nobody drops in today. I just want to sit here and forget everything.
Boss, what are you fidgeting for?
My back itches. Scratch it for me, will you, Rochester, please?
Okay.
A little higher. To the left. Lower. Up a little. Higher. Higher. Rochester, remember that Chinese back scratcher I used to have?
Yeah, why'd you ever fire him?
Oh, stop.
That's the back door. I'll get it.
Let's see, where's the newspaper? Oh, here it is. Look at this item on the amusement page. All Hollywood turned out last night for the gala premiere of Broken Blossoms, starring Richard Barthelmess and... Oh, for heaven's sake, where's today's paper? I wish Rochester would clean this room more often. Oh, here's this morning's paper. Let's see what Luella Parsons has to say. Movies are doing better than ever. Harvey and Born Yesterday are breaking box office records all over the country. Claudette Colbert has become very serious about her painting hobbies and commissions to do several portraits of notable people, including Mrs. James Stern. How do you like that? Not one word about my television show. Not even a mention about my having been to New York. A fine press agent I've got. That Steve Bradley has certainly been laying down on the job. I've been out of town for 2 weeks, not one word about it. I'm going to call him up and tell him a thing or two.
Hello, Steve Bradley, Public Relations. Steve talking.
Hello, Steve. This is Jack Benny.
Well, now, this is a coincidence. I'm just sitting here with my feet up on the desk thinking about what a great job I'm doing for you.
Great job. Look, Steve, that's what I called you about. I've been reading every paper I could find for the past 2 days. There's not one word about my trip to New York.
I'm sorry about that, Benny. When are you going?
Going? Look, Steve, for your information, I went to New York, did a television show last Sunday, and I'm home again.
Well, maybe I have neglected you a little, Benny, but I've got other clients, you know.
I know.
Yeah, for the past month, I've been in the middle of a big campaign for Ethel Barrymore.
Ethel Barrymore?
Yes, sir. If I'd have swung this deal, I'd have had that little lady's name on the front pages of newspapers over this country.
Gee, what did you have in mind for Miss Barrymore?
I was trying to get her signed up as head coach at USC.
Ethel coaching football?
In my business, Benny, you got to keep thinking all the time.
Oh, yes. But look, you haven't been doing enough thinking about me. Here I went to New York, did my second television show. There's not one word of it in the paper.
Don't worry about a thing, Benny. I'll place a couple of items about you next week.
Well, all right. Goodbye, Steve.
So long.
That guy's the fastest talk. Oh, Rochester, who was that at the back door a while ago?
Oh, that was Mr. Colman's butler. He brought Polly back.
Oh, yes. You know, it was nice of the Colmans to keep my parrot while I was in New York. Oh, Polly. Daddy's glad to see you again. Hello, Polly.
Hello, Benita.
Benita? Oh, isn't that cute, Rochester? Polly stayed with the Colmans so long, she's picked up their conversation.
Yeah.
Watch this, Rochester. I'll make that out in Benita. Maybe she'll answer me. Oh, Ronnie, how would you like to take me out to dinner tonight?
How much the meal ever got on television, I'll never know.
Polly, you shouldn't repeat everything.
Let alone, boss. He's better than a tape recorder.
That's not the point. It isn't polite. There's the phone. I'll get it, Rochester. Hello?
Now, look, Lefty, listen close, because I ain't got much time. I just talked to Big Ed, and we're going to pull it off just as we planned, so stand by. Flo will call you later.
Who was that, boss?
I don't know. Must have been a wrong number.
I tell you, Benita, that man is a menace to society.
Polly, be quiet. Now, let's see. Where did I put my newspaper? Oh, here it is. Oh, I wish people wouldn't come over when I'm trying to relax. See who it is, Rochester.
Yes, sir. Oh, hello, Mr. Day.
Hello, Rochester.
Come on in. Can I take your overcoat?
Yeah, here. Here's my top coat, too.
Top coat?
And here's my raincoat. Here's my sport coat. And here's my suede jacket.
Mr. Day, why do you wear all those coats?
Oh, my mother makes me. We're short of hangers.
Oh.
Is Mr. Benny here?
He's in the library. And Mr. Day, he's trying to rest, so don't do anything to upset him.
Oh, don't worry. I won't. Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. Pardon me for not getting up. I hope you won't think I'm lazy, but today I'm just taking it easy.
Oh, that's all right. I understand.
Good.
When most people reach your age, they sleep all the time.
Look, Dennis.
It's a good thing you've only got one show.
Now, Dennis, you must have had a reason for coming over here. Now, what do you want?
Well, you always like to hear my song before I do it on the program, so I came over to sing it for you.
All right, but there are only the two of us here in the library, and I'm trying to rest. So don't sing it too loud.
Would you like me to lie down beside you and sing it in your ear?
No! You can sing standing up. I'm trying to relax.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, that'll be fine on the program, kid. It sounded swell.
It certainly did, Dennis.
Hey, Mary, when'd you come in?
While Dennis was singing. Where's everybody?
Everybody?
When I looked at your coat rack, I thought you were throwing a party.
What?
Those are my coats.
Dennis, why would you... Jack, shall I ask him?
No.
I guess you're right.
Don't ask him anything today. I just want to relax, Mary. That's all. I'm tired from my trip.
Well, I don't blame you, Jack. You had a pretty busy time in New York.
Yeah, most of the time I didn't get to see you, Mary. What were you doing?
Well, Jack, I thought as long as you were so busy with rehearsals and everything, I'd run over to Plainfield and visit my family.
Oh, how are they?
Fine. While we were having dinner, we watched your television show. And, Jack, you look wonderful in color.
In color?
Yeah, when you came on, Mama threw the ketchup bottle on the screen.
The first joke, and look what happened. All the straight lines, she read fine. Read it again, because we got something to follow
I
there.
can't. I threw the page away.
When you came... Well, I'll read it for you. Jack, when you came on, Mama threw the ketchup bottle out the screen. Then I say no.
Papa didn't wipe it off till Faye Emerson came on.
Well, congratulations!
Well, Mary, if your mother doesn't like my show, it's just because she has no sense of humor.
No sense of humor. Yeah. If I didn't read Mama's letters, your show wouldn't get about as many laughs as a frost warning.
Oh, I don't know.
And you also get a lot of laughs at the expense of my poor sister, Babe.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mary, and I'll watch it. By the way, how is Babe?
Well, when I was there, she was down in the dumps.
Down in the dumps? Why?
She works there.
Well, with 3 words, you don't have any trouble. Now, you just bawled me out for insulting your sister, and then you say a thing like that.
Well, as long as you tell the truth, Babe doesn't mind.
Oh, well, good, because the truth will get us more laughs than the things that we... I'll take it. Hello?
Lefty, this is Flo. Now get this straight. We're all going to meet on the corner of Santa Monica and Beverly at 10 minutes to 3. Have everything ready, but don't leave the house until you hear from Big Ed.
Jack, what's the matter?
I don't know. This is the second phone call. This time they said they were all going to meet at the corner of... I don't know, maybe it's a picnic or something. Darn these wrong numbers anyway.
Hey, anybody home?
Yeah, in here, Phil.
Oh, hi, you Livy, Dennis. You know well, if it ain't Jackson, relaxing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson, with that leopard skin robe on, you look like Cedar Barra.
All right, Phil.
There's no doubt about it. You got it, Cedar.
Well, what do you want, Phil?
Well, look, I was just on my way out to the club, and I thought maybe you'd come with me and we'd play some golf.
Golf? No, I don't think so.
Well, look, then I'll be running along. I want to get out there and sock that old ball around.
Say, Phil, you really gone crazy about golf since you won that tournament up at Pebble Beach.
Well, why not, Liv? Imagine me shooting a 75 on that course. Think of it.
Phil, was that the first time you ever shot a 75?
I don't know. That's the first time anybody ever added it up for me. Oh. I might have had a couple of 62s. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Hey, look, you sure you don't want to come along, Jackson? Remley's going to meet me at the first tee.
Oh, so Remley took up the game, too, huh?
Yeah, and you should see him, Cedar. He's really fitted out. Yeah, he's got a couple of sets of clubs and 2 big golf bags.
2 golf bags? What does he need the other one for?
You can't carry them ice cubes in your pocket, you know.
Phil, you mean...
Jackson, once Frankie spent 4 days in a sand trap and loved every minute.
Well, I'm glad.
Oh, come on, Jackson, why don't you join us? We'll just have a friendly game. $5 a hole.
$5 a hole?
I'll play golf with you, Phil, and I'll bet you $10 a hole.
What?
Dennis, how can you bet him $10 a hole? Phil just won a tournament, and you've never played golf before.
I know.
Well, how do you expect to beat him?
I've been drinking Hadacol.
Yeah, go on, both of you.
All right, so long, Jackson. Goodbye, Liv. Don't forget old Hattie there.
Bye.
Well, I'm glad they're going. You know, Mary, the way Phil carries on when he's playing golf, I can't understand how he won that tournament.
Oh, I don't know, Jack. I saw him playing the other day, and he's pretty good.
He is?
Yeah, he stepped up to the first tee, took a swing, and made a hole-in-one.
So what? That's been done before.
With a knowledge?
Gee, that is pretty good. I bet Remley can't... Now, who can that be? God. Come in.
Oh, hello, Don.
Hello, Mary. Are you busy, Jack?
No, Don. Sit down.
Well, thanks. I won't be able to stay long. I've got an appointment over at Hillcrest Motor Company. I'm going to try on a new Cadillac.
Try on?
Yeah, Mary, his last one, they had to let it out a little around the trunk. Well, Don, I'm glad you dropped in because I want to congratulate you on being selected by Fame Magazine as radio's #1 announcer.
Well, thank you, Jack, and I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you, Jack, for being selected as radio's finest comedian.
And I want to congratulate you, Don, because this is the 3rd year that you've won.
And I want to congratulate you because this is the 3rd year that you've won.
And I want to congratulate both of you for being so modest.
Thank you.
How those 2 Flamingos got into radio, I'll never know.
Polly!
Well, Jack, I got to be running along.
Don, would you mind dropping me by my house?
Oh, not at all, Mary. Come on.
Bye, Jack.
So long, Mary. Goodbye, Don.
Goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Benny.
Dennis, I thought you left a long time ago.
Oh, I just got finished putting on my coat.
Oh. Well, goodbye. Well, everybody's finally gone. Now I can...
Say, boss!
Yes, Rochester?
When did you get this contour chair?
Contour? Oh, that was a straight chair. Don Wilson sat in it. Rochester, will you fix those Venetian blinds? The sun is in my eyes.
Yes, sir.
There's the phone. I'll get it. Hello?
Lefty, this is Big Ed. Now listen to me, because I only got time to say it once. You have your car in front of the bank at 3 o'clock. When you hear us blow the safe, start the motor. We'll be out in 10 seconds with the dough.
Safe? Joe? Big Ed? Rochester. Now I know what those phone calls are about. A gang's going to rob the bank on the corner of Santa Monica and Beverly at 3 o'clock.
Rob the bank?
Yeah. And they want to use my car for the getaway.
Your car?
Yes.
I can answer that 12 different ways and get my own show.
Never mind. This is serious. I got to notify the police.
Yeah, you better call them right away.
No, I can't use the phone. I think the line is taped. I think the line is tapped. I'm going to rush right to the Beverly Hills Police. Give me my coat.
Dennis, they ain't worn home.
Oh, well, it's warm out. I can go like this. Goodbye.
Okay, Sarge, it's your move.
Yeah. There, I jumped you. I gotta figure this out. You know, Joe, this police station gives me the creeps. Nothing ever happens in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, we ain't had nothing big since they found that body on Rexford Drive.
What a night that was. I never could figure that one out. Guys laying there with nothing but a niblick and a golf bag full of ice cubes.
I wonder why he kept calling me Curly.
I don't know. Go ahead, Joe. It's your move.
Now, let's see.
Hey, which one of you is the desk sergeant?
I am.
Look, Sergeant, I just got 3 phone calls by mistake. They were from a bunch of gangsters. They're meeting at the corner of Santa Monica and Beverly. They're going to rob that bank. Didn't you hear me? They're going to rob the bank.
In Beverly Hills, your move, Joe.
But you got to listen to me. They're going to do it at 3 o'clock. It's almost that time now.
There, Sarge, king me.
How can you sit there playing checkers when I'm telling you that...
Oh, I'll get it. Beverly Hills Police. Yeah, what is it, Murphy?
What?
Yeah, sure, right away. What is it, Sarge? Oh, this guy wasn't kidding. They did rob the bank.
You see? You wouldn't listen to me. Nah.
Joe, send this out on the radio right away. I'm going to get the lieutenant.
Well, look, what about...
You stay here. You've given us a great tip. We want to get some more information from you.
Gee, this is exciting. Let's see if I can remember the name. There was Lefty, Flo, and Big S. Gosh, I'm a hero. They may even give me a medal. Medal. There should be a reward. Usually is.
Oh, there you are, Benny. How's everything working out?
Steve, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I got the photographers waiting out in the hall. I'll have your picture on the front page of every newspaper in the country.
That's wonderful, but how'd you find out so soon?
Find out? What do you mean, find out? I set up this whole thing.
You?
Certainly, I paid those people to call you, and I myself made that call to the sergeant from the phone booth on the corner.
Steve.
How do you like those names, huh? Lefty, Flo, Big Ed. I'm thinking every minute.
But this is awful. I can get into trouble over a thing like
Certainly
this.
you can. First, they'll fine you $50 for starting false rumors. That alone is publicity. Then you refuse to pay the fine. See, contempt of court, 3 years. Jumping bail, 5 years.
But, Steve...
With a little luck, we can put you away for 10 years. It's beautiful.
Steve, do you realize...
Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, what was that story you were trying to give us? There was no bank robbery. What are you trying to pull?
Look, this whole thing was...
I got him, Sarge. He's trying to get away, but I held him.
Held me?
Grab him, Joe.
Take your hands off me. Let me go, do you hear?
Wait a minute. Why am this is perfect? Resisting arrest. That's an extra 2 years I've been looking for.
Steve, help me.
No, Benny. Let him put you away. I'll figure out some way for you to escape, and your picture will be in the post offices all over the country.
But, Steve, you can't do this.
Come on, Benny. I gotta rush out and call the newspaper.
Steve!
I may have missed the boat on Ethel Barrymore, but this one will put me back in business.
Steve!
Grab him, Joe.
I got him.
Wait a minute. I don't want to go to prison. Don't put me in that cell. Don't put me in... A contour chair. Well, now I can finally relax. Good night, Joe. Oh, Rochester.
Oh, hello, boss. What happened at the police station?
What happened? I reported the robbery, found out the whole thing was a publicity stunt cooked up by Steve Bradley. What a job I had getting... I'll get it. Hello?
Lefty, this is Big Ed. Now listen to me because I've only got time to say it once. You have your car in front of the
Wait a minute. I'm not falling for that again.
Who is this?
Jack Benny.
Oh, pardon me. I was supposed to be calling Ethel Barrymore.
What?
Oh, please don't tell Steve. He'll kill me.
I won't. Good night, folks.
California, the Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the star of our program. Tanned by the desert sun, toughened by the desert wind, and frightened by the desert prices, Jack Benny!
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, you're right about one thing. I have got a beautiful tan. And why not? Every day I lay out beside the pool at the beautiful Palm Springs Biltmore Hotel. It's the most exclusive...
Well, now, wait a minute, Jack. I don't like to correct your grammar, but it isn't lay by the pool, it's lie.
Well, Don, in this case, we're both right. You see, I don't live at the Biltmore. So in order to lay by the pool, I have to lie to the lifeguard. I really got him fooled, too.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I borrowed a bathing suit from Mary, and he thinks I'm Esther Williams. Imagine.
Jack, you mean to say that you wore Mary's two-piece bathing suit?
Uh-huh. I'm going to have a hard time explaining my tan to the boys in the steam room. To change the subject, Don, did you get the invitation I sent you to my birthday party next Wednesday?
Oh, yes, Jack, and there's something in it I don't quite understand.
What's that?
Well, it says, you are cordially invited to attend my birthday party on Wednesday, February 14th. Then down in the corner it says 15-9-34. What do those numbers mean?
They're the sizes of my shirt, slippers, and underwear. See, I used to put RSVP, and I got nothing. So I'm not taking any... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Hi, everybody.
Mary, let me look at you. I've never seen you looking so good. You know, you've only been in Palm Springs 4 days, and you're darker than I am.
Well, Jack, I should be. I'm out in the sun from morning till night, and I walk all the time.
Gee, I didn't know you were so energetic.
Who's energetic? I can't find a room.
It is awfully crowded down here, isn't it?
You're not kidding. Yesterday I put a penny in a gum machine, pulled the lever, and a woman stuck her head out and said, "Sorry, no vacancies."
Oh, yes, I know that gum machine. It's called the Juicy Fruit Hacienda. They're booked up until April, you know.
Well, Mary, if you wish, I'll try to get you a room at the Park Lane Hotel where I'm living.
And if you can't get into the Park Lane, Mary, why don't you try the place where I'm staying?
Oh, you're at the Bon Air, aren't you?
Well, I couldn't get in there, so I'm staying at the El Tonto Trailer Camp.
El Tonto Trailer Camp? Well, Jack, you haven't got a trailer.
Mary, they rent you the space. How you sleep, they don't care. It's very informal. You see, at night we all sit around the campfire and sing Western songs. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande.
What are you laughing at, Mary?
Jack. You should have seen him yesterday standing in front of the drugstore wearing that cowboy outfit of his.
Mary, when you're in Palm Springs, you're supposed to dress like a tough Westerner. You know?
Some tough Westerner. Your spurs still had dough on them from cutting out cookies.
I made them for my party. So you're going to come, aren't you, Mary?
Yes, Jack, but there's something on your invitation I don't understand. It said, you are cordially invited to attend my birthday party on Wednesday, February the 14th. And down in the corner it said, CUCL. What does that mean?
Could use cufflinks. I hate to use such subtle methods, Mary, but it's the only way I can get anything out. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Well, here I am.
Oh, so I see. What are you going to sing, Dennis?
Can I have some dialogue first? I got friends in the audience.
Now, wait a minute. Of course you can, Dennis. I'm terribly sorry. But tell me, kid, have you been having fun while we've been here in Palm Springs?
Oh, boy, have I.
Well, good.
I will now sing Goodnight, Irene.
Wait a minute. Dennis, you said you wanted some dialogue, didn't you?
My friends just left.
Oh, well, go ahead and sing then.
Okay, Mr. Benny, before I do you mind if I ask you something?
Why, no, kid. What is it?
Well, I received your invitation, and it said you are cordially invited to attend my birthday party on Wednesday, February 14th.
Uh-huh.
And down in the corner it said GTBTKWIN. What does that mean?
Go to Bullock's. They know what I need. Now, let's have your song. Okay. That was To Think You've Chosen Me, sung by Dennis Day. Dennis, you said you were going to sing Goodnight, Irene.
Well, you got to watch me. I'm cagey.
You're cute, too, Well, anyway, it was very good. It would have sounded even better if the orchestra wasn't out of tune.
All right, Jackson, hold it. Just hold it. Just grab a hold of it.
There! Phil.
Look, Jackson, I don't mind you picking on me personally, but lay off of the boys. They had a meeting, and they don't want you to make any more remarks about them.
Remarks?
That's right. Especially when they're away from home, they demand respect.
Oh, they do, They want respect.
That's right.
Phil, just look at they over there. Take Sammy, your drummer, over there. His head reminds me of my baby picture. And the way Bagby plays the piano, he looks like he's typing a letter to his parole board. And finally, with great delight, we come to Remley.
And what, pray tell me, is wrong with Remley?
What's wrong with him? Take a look at the coat he's wearing. On the back, it says no parking.
How do you like that? They must have painted the curbs last night.
Yes, they must. Now, Phil, go sit down.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down. But wait a minute. Look, there's something I want to ask you about that invitation you sent me and my orchestra boys.
Well, what about it?
Well, it says you and your boys are cordially invited to attend my birthday party on Wednesday, February the 14th. And then down in the corner, it says WTF. What does that mean?
Wash their faces. And on second thought, don't wash Bagby's face. I hate to think what might be underneath. Believe me, Phil, I wish there was some way you could get your musicians to join Lifebuoy Anonymous. I really do.
Oh, ad-lib another one, Jackson. I love the way it makes your eyes sparkle.
Thank you. It's about time you... Mary, I think I'll invite Mr. Kitzel to my birthday party.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Sure.
I hope you invite Esther Williams, too.
Esther Williams?
Yeah, I heard she was staying at the Biltmore.
Dennis.
I went over to look at her, and... she was sitting by the pool.
Dennis.
She got the lifeguard to buy her lunch.
Dennis, be quiet! Now, kids, let's get on with it. Oh, there's someone at the door.
I'll get it, Esther.
Never mind. Come in. Yes?
Say, you the guy who threw that birthday invitation in my car while it was parked in front of the drugstore?
Yes.
Well, there's something I want to ask you.
What?
Well, I can understand that part that says you are cordially invited to my birthday party on Wednesday, February the 14th. Yeah, but down at the bottom there were some initials, KCMJ. Hey, what's that mean?
That's the local station. I promised them a plug.
Oh, well, do you still want me to come to your party?
Not now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now, kids, let's get on with the program. Get on with the program because tonight we have a very important sketch.
Oh, Jack, are we going to do another murder at the Racket Club?
No, Mary, not this time. See, I received a letter from the Palm Springs Chamber of Commerce, and they requested that I do a dramatic play on the historical discovery of Palm Springs. So tonight we are going to turn back the pages of time and show you how Palm Springs, the jewel of the desert, was founded. Set the scene, Don.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, although for centuries without number, the area around Palm Springs was known and loved by the Indians, it was not discovered by the white man till 1774. It was in this year that the Spaniards pushed through the desert to California. But the Spaniards, hungry for gold, saw no value in this area and pushed onward toward the coast. For nearly another century, Palm Springs remained sleeping in the sun, a veritable paradise for the Indians of the Agua Caliente tribe.
This isn't funny, folks, but it gives Don a chance to prove that he's the best announcer in radio. Continue, champ.
Then in the year 1853, two intrepid explorers headed west from Texas into the blistering, burning desert.
Well, the sun sure is hot today, Tex.
Yep. Sand is burning my feet, Tex.
I think it's even hotter than it was yesterday, Tex.
I think you're right, Tex.
One of us should have come from Colorado. I'll tell you what, from now on, I'll call you Curly.
Oh, I love that.
You know, Curly, something tells me we're lost. We'll never get out of this desert.
I know, Tex, and we never should have. Hey, wait a minute. Look, there's a man coming toward us.
Oh, yes. Hello there.
Buenos dias, mister.
Now, look, amigo, we're lost. We've been wandering through this desert heat for days without water or food. Our skins are burned to a crisp and our feet worn raw. Maybe you can help us.
Se habla tempro, no Dios cahuile por tener tacos.
What does that mean?
Next time, take the train and relax.
Don't be stupid. There ain't a train within 1,000 miles from here.
No. Hey, let me ask you something. You live around here?
Oh, no, mister.
Then what are you doing out here in the desert anyway?
I'm looking for my sister, mister.
Your sister's lost, eh? When did she disappear?
Last night was when I first met her.
Your sister?
Yes, mister.
And you've been walking through the desert all day?
Yes, and on my foot I have a blister.
Well, that's too
Mister.
Hey, that sister of yours, is she beautiful?
Oh, yes. You could not resist her.
Well, maybe you can...
Mister.
I had enough of this silly talk. Let's go, Curly.
Okay.
Say, those are nice horses, ain't they, Curly?
They sure are. Say, amigo. Are those Arabian horses?
Oh, these three are Arabian horses, but that one there is Mexican.
Say, he's nice looking.
See?
So you're a Mexican horse, eh?
I think.
I'll be darned if he ain't. Well, come on, Curly. If we're going to discover Palm Springs, we better get going. So long, amigo.
So long, and if I do not see you till then, happy Easter.
Thanks.
Mister.
Yeah, mister. Come on, Curly. Hey, Curly, looks like we'll never get out of this desert. I lost track of the time. How long ago was it?
Hey, wait a minute, Tex. Look at them bones laying there. That's the skeleton of a man.
Yeah, look, Curly. There's a tomahawk buried in his skull. An arrow sticking through the bones.
Yeah. Even had a call won't help him now.
Come on, let's push on.
No, Tex. You better go on without me. I can't make it. I'm too tired. I'm too thirsty. My throat is parched and...
Curly, what are you staring?
Look up ahead. There's a pool of clear, cold water. And a beautiful girl standing beside it. Let's go. You can have the water.
Curly, come back. It's only a mirage.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, handsome.
Curly, come back. It's a mirage, I tell you.
How about a kiss, sweetie?
Okay, cutie, come here.
We'll lay one on there.
Curly, stop kissing that mirage. Curly, you're acting crazy. Curly, stop. Curly, that's a mirage. Curly, that's a mirage. We can use a little Fred. Say it again. I'll say that's a mirage. Huh? What? You're making a fool out of yourself. I told you we've been standing there kissing a mirage.
Kissing a mirage? Are you sure?
Certainly. You had your arms around a cactus plant.
Cactus plant? What a fool I've been.
Yeah.
For the past 2 weeks, I've been walking right by.
You get a grip on yourself. Here, take these last few drops of water out of my canteen. I don't think we have too far to go. We made it, Curly. We made it. Palm Springs.
Yeah, but she don't look like much. Just one small building sitting out there in the desert.
Yeah, how do we get in?
Well, wait a minute. This looks like the front entrance. There's a sign on the gate. What does it say?
Racket Club, members only. There couldn't be a racket club here in 1853.
Anyone for tennis?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Charlie Farrell, owner of the club.
Now, look, Farrell, this is 1853. How do you happen to be here now?
I'm doing retakes on Seventh Heaven.
Oh.
I'm glad I ran into you, Captain O'Benny. There's been a murder at the racket club.
We're not doing that now. I'm sick of it.
Well, so am I. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hey, wait a minute, Farrell. What are all those red stains all over your trousers?
Well, I'm the mayor, and last night I had to paint the curbs.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye. Anyone for tennis?
Hey, look, Curly. Right behind the club, there's a saloon. Let's go and have a drink. Curly! Curly!
I'm in here waiting for you, Tex.
Oh, yeah. Gee, what a place.
Hey, bartender. Hey, bartender.
What'll be, partner?
Give me a double shot of tequila.
Sure. Here you are. Double shot of tequila.
Thanks. Well, here's looking at you, Tex.
Ah, smooth all the way down. Hey, bartender, who's the gal coming toward us?
That's Tumbleweed Tess, owner.
Oh, hello, Tess.
Hiya, fellas.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Tess, didn't I see you in a Mirage before?
No, that was my sister Babe. She's a cactus plant.
See, Curly, I told you. How come a nice gal like you opens a gambling joint?
The only way I could get a room here.
Oh.
Would you boys like to try your luck gambling?
Sure would. What do you got here?
Blackjack, poker, dice, and roulette.
I'd like to play a little roulette. Is it on the level?
Are you kidding? That wheel is so crooked we have to have the brakes relined twice a week.
No. What about the crap game?
Don't be a fool.
What?
Those dice are so magnetized, if you got any iron in your blood, they'll run right up your sleeve.
What about poker? Is the deck marked?
We don't have to mark it.
What?
We deal you 5 blank cards, and a man leans over your shoulder and paints what we want you to have.
Well, I'm not afraid. I'm going to play some roulette. Come on, let's go in.
All right, gentlemen, how about a little action around here? Pick your number and watch the wheel go round.
I'll put $5 on 28. That's always been my lucky number.
Okay, $5 on 28. $13, you lose.
$28's always been my lucky number. Another $5 on 28.
13, you lose.
I'll try it once more. $5 on 28. There it is, 28.
13, you lose.
Now, wait a minute. This game is crooked.
Crooked? Yeah. When you say that, partner, reach for your gun.
Okay, and when I count 3, draw. 1, 2, 3. Oh, for heaven's sakes, there goes our sketch.
What happened?
The 2 sound effects men shot each other. Play.
Good night, everybody.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Polaris Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a little trip to Beverly Hills. We go out Sunset Boulevard, up Camden Drive, and stop in front of Jack Benny's house. Now, you just wait right here while I knock on the door, and maybe we can... Oh, I'm sorry. We can't go in now. He's taking his violin lesson.
No, Monsieur Benny. Once more you have made the same mistake.
I'm sorry. I'll take it again.
Oui. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Do not hold your bow too tightly. It will help you play more lightly. Play it softer, not so brassy. Pull your tongue in, you're not lassie.
You know, Professor, if I keep on improving, someday I may play better than Yasha Heifetz.
You should live so long, and you already did.
Thank you.
Now let us try the minuet.
The minuet? Yes, sir.
No. You are forgetting to slide. It is not da. You must slide gracefully. Now try it.
I'll try it that way.
No, I meant for you to... Well, anyway, the lesson, she is over.
Oh, no, she isn't. We still have 5 minutes. I know, because I set the alarm clock. It'll ring when the hour is up.
Sacre bleu, 5 minutes more.
Yes.
Mr. Benny, do you mind if I have some water?
Not at all. There's some in the cooler.
That is not enough. I would like to drown myself.
Drown yourself?
Last time I tried to do it in your pool, and you charged me for swimming.
Professor, please, we're wasting time.
Very well. This time, let us see if you can go through a number complete. Try intermezzo.
Intermezzo?
Yes.
The alarm clock! The policy is over! I am free! Je soy avec moi! Je soy avec moi! Je soy avec moi! The lesson is through!
Professor, calm yourself. Professor.
Oui, I must calm myself. I would like to go now. Please, Mr. Benny, would you give me my money?
Oh, certainly. Oh, Rochester!
Did you call me, boss?
Yes, Rochester. Do you have any money on you?
Who, me?
What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Boss, it isn't a matter of trusting you. I haven't had any money since the last time you paid me.
Rochester, your salary's gone already? I paid you on Tuesday. Or was it Wednesday?
I don't remember the day either, but we were on for Jell-O.
Oh, yes.
You gave me $6 delicious.
Look, Rochester, go in my bedroom and you'll find some money on the dresser. Bring me $1.75.
Wait, Rochester. Mr. Benny.
Yes.
Please, now do not get excited. But the cost of living is so high, I must raise the price of the violin lessons.
But, Professor...
Look at me. I am in rags. And my shoes. Look, the soles are worn out. I owe everybody money. I am overdrawn at the bank. I have borrowed on my insurance. Next week, my wife is expecting another baby. That will be 8 mouths to feed. Our rent is overdue. We are being dispossessed.
Gosh, of course I'll give you a raise. Rochester.
What? What is it, boss?
Rochester, you're crying.
Yeah, until he got to the wife and children, I thought he was talking about me.
Oh, stop. Now go get the money. There's the phone. I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Jackson. How's the violin lesson coming along?
Phil, how'd you know I was taking a violin lesson?
There's a buzzard circling Beverly Hills.
Now, isn't that cute? Phil, I'm so glad you called me. Who dialed the phone for you?
Alice's brother. He went to Harvard.
All right. Now, Phil, what'd you call for?
Well, look, Jackson, is it all right if Bagby, my piano player, misses rehearsal tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
Uh-huh. His fraternity is having its annual get-together.
Oh, sort of a class reunion, huh?
Well, not exactly. Just those fellows who occupied the same cell.
Well, there's nothing like a nice, dignified affair. No?
Even the warden's going to be there.
The warden?
Yeah, he likes to get out once in a while, too.
I never heard such talk in my life. You know, Phil, sometimes I get a little disgusted with you. If you'd stop hanging around with those kind of guys and really applied yourself, you could probably be a very good musician.
No, Jackson. That don't pay off. Now, you take a guy like Fred Waring. He devoted his whole life to music, and all he's got is a 5-minute program.
Fred Waring? Only has a 5-minute program?
You don't have to take my word for it. I saw it in the radio section of today's paper.
I can't believe it. Wait a minute, I got the paper right here.
It's in a radio section. He's on at 8 o'clock for 5 minutes.
Let me see now. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
The third one down.
1, 2, 3.
See? Fred Waring.
That's frost warning. Bill, with your lack of education, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I am, Jackson. Yeah. I'm standing here in my $1 million home, blushing.
Bill, do me a favor and hang up.
Oh, I will. Good night, my little Valentine.
Good night. I don't know how a guy can be so... Rochester, where's Professor LeBlanc?
I gave him the money and he went home.
Good. Well, Rochester, I think that Oh, now the door. I'll get it. Oh, hello. Come on in, fellas.
It's only me.
Oh, yes. Come on in, Don.
Well, Jack, I came over on a... Well, it's a slightly embarrassing thing, but I must ask you a favor.
What is it, Don?
Well, now, Jack, I don't want to impose on our friendship, and if you can't do it, why, just say so, and it'll be all right with me.
Well, Don, go ahead. What is it?
Could you lend me $5?
Well, of course, Don. Why did you have to make such a big thing out of it? Here's $5.
Well, thanks. Now we're even.
Yes. What? What do you mean, even?
Well, that's right, Jack. You owe me this from the bet we had on the fight.
Oh, did you two ever bet on the Lamont Robinson fight?
No, Dempsey Tunney.
Well, technically, Don, I don't have to pay you yet. See, there's always been some controversy about that long count. And I was waiting for a final decision. Anyway, Don, it's okay. We're even now. I wonder what's on television right now. Turn it on, will you, please?
Sure, boss. Which channel do you want?
Anyone. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll try channel 2.
Get something else.
I'll try channel 4.
Try channel 5, huh? Nothing but westerns here. Try 7. Oh, for heaven's sakes, horses. See what's on channel 9.
We've been waiting for you, Cecil. Oh, sorry I was late, Chumley.
That's better.
Well, are we ready? Righto. Tally-ho.
Roger, there must be something else on. Hand me the paper. I'll look at the television program.
Here you are, boss.
Let's see. Time for Beanie. Alan Young, Burns and Allen, Frost warning.
Put on your glasses, boss. That's Fred Waring.
Oh, gee, I hope Phil doesn't find out. Let's see, wrestling matches. Hey, Rochester, look at this.
What?
Channel 11 showing my picture tonight. To be or not to be. Hey, that was a good one.
That was the good one.
Yeah, turn on Channel 11 now, because the picture goes on soon.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
I don't know, but something's wrong with the set.
But it was just working. Maybe there's something wrong with that station. Try the other channels.
Okay. No, they all seem to be off. It must be the set.
How do you like that? I've had this set less than a week and it goes out of order. Gee, I want to see my picture. Hey, wait a minute. I can go over and watch it on the Colman set. Yeah. I wonder if Ronnie and Benita are home.
Ronnie, are you still in the library?
Yes, Benita. I'm trying to finish this letter.
Letter?
Yes, now let's see. I can't stand Jack Benny because...
That's ridiculous. That contest was over 6 years ago.
Oh, yes, I know. I know, but I still can't get it out of my system.
Forget the letter now, dear, and get out of that robe. Remember, the Rawlinsons are coming over for bridge.
Oh, yes.
And, Ronnie, for once, just tonight, please try to forget Jack Benny. He's becoming an obsession with you. You know, he does have his good points.
Good points?
Well, certainly. Look how he's doing his share to help the government these days. He's got a war contract.
Benita, my dear, doing laundry for Camp Cook is not a war contract. He makes the money and he borrows our soap.
All right, we're going to have a nice evening of bridge, so forget about Jack Benny.
Well, it isn't only Benny. It's those people he surrounds himself with.
What do you mean?
Well, yesterday, Jack must have had rehearsal at his house. When I arrived home, I couldn't turn into our driveway on account of Phil Harris.
Oh, was that where he parked his car?
No, he was just lying there.
Oh, no.
Yes. Well, he must have been dreaming about himself. He was smiling. He is, without a doubt, the most...
Excuse me, Mr. Colman.
Yes, Sherwood?
Mr. Jack Benny just phoned. He wanted to talk to you.
Oh, what did you tell him?
Instinctively that you were out.
Good boy, Sherwood, good boy. I remember you on your birthday.
Sherwood, did Mr. Benny mention what he wanted?
Yes, Mrs. Colman. He said he'd like to come over here and watch television on your set.
On our set?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Ronnie. When he bought his, he returned ours. I wonder what Jack wants to see on television tonight.
He mentioned that they were showing a picture of his, to be or not to be.
Oh, yes. I saw that years ago. That was a good one.
That was the good one.
Well, they're showing Jack's picture tonight. Ronnie, instead of playing bridge, maybe we can all watch it.
No, you don't, Benita. Not again, no. We saw his last television show. Imagine him trying to make love to Faye Emerson.
Well, now you brought it up, I suppose you're right. Why, Jack's age, he could be a father.
Yes, and the way he walks, he could be a mother. And that new character he had on,
John L.C. Sivoni.
Yes, what a routine he has. I wasn't doing anything. We're just sitting around the house, not doing anything.
You're just being silly. Why don't we, Oh, my goodness, that must be the Rawlinsons now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny. Yes, Sherwood. I decided since Mr. and Mrs. Colman weren't home, I'd just come over and watch television.
But, Mr. Benny, at the call of that man, he came over anyway.
Ronnie, what'll we do?
Well, quick, Benita, we'll hide in the next room. Imagine having to hide in our own house. Benita, look through the keyhole and see if Sherwood got rid of him.
All right.
Has Jack gone yet?
No, he hasn't. In fact, he's coming into the living room and he's sitting down in your armchair.
Maybe he's just going to sit there for a minute and then he'll go.
I don't think so. He's taking off his shoes.
Taking off his shoes? Benita, we're trapped. It's evident that he intends to stay for the evening.
What do we do?
Well, there's only one thing we can do. We'll go out the back door, walk around to the front, and make him think we're just coming home from somewhere.
Good. Let's go.
Benita, Ronnie, come on in.
Jack, what are you doing here?
Well,
And why did you answer the door? Where's Sherwood?
I gave him the night off.
You gave him the night off, but we're having guests over.
Well, Sherwood told me you were out for the evening.
No, we were just out to
A cocktail party.
A cocktail party? Well, it must have been a very informal affair.
Informal?
You're wearing your bathrobe.
Well, it was a costume cocktail party.
Oh, that must be the Rawlinsons. I'll get it. Well, Herbert, damn it. Come on in.
Hello, Ronnie. Benita?
I do hope we're not late. No, Herbert, come right in.
My, this is a lovely home you have here.
Yes, it certainly is nice. Here, you may take my coat.
I'm not the butler.
I should have introduced you. This is our next-door neighbor, Jack Benny. Jack, this is Mr. and Mrs. Rawlinson.
Rawlinson. See, the name is so familiar.
We live here in Beverly Hills.
Oh. Are you the no-starch or the rough-dry Rawlinson?
I'm afraid I don't...
Miss Benny's a comedian. He's always making jokes.
Yes. Did you hear the one?
Come on. Let's go into the next room and play bridge. But what about Mr. Benny?
Oh, he's going to stay here and watch his picture on television.
Yes. Have a good game.
Thank you. I see you have everything all set up.
Yes, that's one thing Ronnie's serious about, his bridge playing.
Yes, let's cut for deal, Herbert. 9, 6. You deal.
Benita, it must be amusing living next door to a professional comedian.
Oh, it's rather fun. Sometimes it gets Ronnie hysterical, doesn't he, Ronnie?
Yes, sometimes I foam at the mouth.
Did something strange happen in Beverly Hills lately?
No. Why?
Well, as we drove up your street, there was a buzzard circling overhead.
That is strange.
It's your bid, Herbert. I pass.
2 clubs.
By me.
2 no trumps. By
4 clubs.
By
5 clubs. Pass.
Pass.
You're a dummy, eh, Ronnie?
That's right.
It's your lead, Janet.
Well, how's the game coming along?
Well, Jack, I thought you were watching your picture on television.
No, they made an announcement saying they're postponing it till next week. They're going to show it on Tuesday. You know, that's a good night.
Good night.
No, I wasn't leaving. Well, you folks go ahead with your game. Don't worry about little me. I'll just watch.
Well, it's my lead. I'll play the 8 of hearts.
And 2 of hearts from the table.
Queen of hearts.
Let's see. I think I'll play...
No. Not that one.
I don't know what to do.
Play the black 3 and freeze the deck. I mean, that's what I do.
Jack, we're playing bridge, not canasta.
Oh, well, I can't see from way back here.
If I move over, perhaps you can...
Herbert, you knocked the ashtray off the table.
Oh, what a shame. I got ashes all over the rug.
That's all right. I'll clean it up. I'll get the Hoover, Herbert. You get it, folks? Don't you get it? Herbert Hoover. You see, that's what we comedians call a switch, you know?
Ronnie, you're foaming at the mouth again.
Look, Jack. We're trying to play bridge. So, if you don't mind, would you please... I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Colman. This is Rochester.
Oh, yes?
I fixed Mr. Benny's television set, and I heard them announce that Mr. Benny's picture was called off.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, without beating around the bush, would you like to get rid of him?
Yes, I would.
Then tell him I just heard the burglar alarm go off in his vault.
Just a minute. Jack. Yes? Rochester's on the phone, and he said that the burglar alarm in your vault just went off.
Oh, my goodness.
I told him, Rochester.
I know, he's here.
Well, let me ask you something. Did the burglar alarm really go off?
No, and my birthday is March 23rd.
Thank you, Rochester. All right, Benita, it's your bid.
1 spade, 2 clubs.
Let's see. Excuse me. Jack!
I forgot my shoes. They're over there by the table. I'll get them.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
The Benny rehearsal has just finished, and Phil is driving Jack home in his new convertible.
Gee, this is a swell car, Phil. Really a beaut. How'd you like it, Dad? It's the newest thing. Boy, what a car you've got. Look at all the accessories on it. Phil, what's this button here marked 8C? Oh, that's the ventilator. Hot and cold. Yeah. And what's this one here, BL? That's the light, bright and low. Gee, what a car. And what's this thing marked DB? Defrost button? No, draft beer. Beer? Yeah, here. Hold this glass under it and press it. The button here? Okay. Holy smoke. Now press the button next to it. All right. Well, I'll be darned. You've even got a gadget to blow the foam off. What a car. Say, Jackson. What? Look down at the gas pedal. Well, isn't that cute? A little brass rail. You know, Phil, I should have expected something like this. When I got in the car, I came through swinging doors. Hey, watch it, Phil. Don't drive so fast. Sit back, Jackson, and enjoy your beer. You'll find the pretzels in the glove compartment. I don't want any pretzels. And you better stop. There's a red light there. I see it.
There you are. Get your evening paper. Get your evening paper.
Hey, look at the headline. UN forces advance.
Paper, mister?
No, thanks. Gee, rough and tumble wins Santa Anita Derby.
Don't you want a paper, mister?
No, thanks. Daring daylight payroll robbery.
Look, mister, if you like, I'll get in the back seat and read it to you.
No, you have to be over 21 to get in this car. Drive on, Phil. I got to hand it to you, Phil, though. This is really some automobile.
Yeah, of course, after I got the car, I put in all them gadgets myself.
Oh, how much did the car cost?
I don't know. Alice never told me.
Oh, Alice bought the car. Well, is it in your name or hers?
Well, to be honest with you, Jackson, I don't know how she registered it.
Well, who has the pink slip?
Well, to tell you the truth, wait a minute. Hey, Jackson, throw me that line again, will you?
I said, who has the pink... Phil, you're passing my house.
Oh, yeah. Well, so long.
But, Phil, you didn't answer me. Who has the pink slip?
Let it go, Jackson. You got too much talent to be a straight man. So long, Dad.
Goodbye. Gee. Yeah, Phil sure has a beautiful car. The new Hudson. The kind you fall down into. Yeah-da-dee-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum, ba-bum, ba-be-dum-dee. See, my front yard looks nice. The turnips are coming up. The lettuce is almost ready to pick. The rhubarb makes such a nice hedge. Next spring, I think... Easy, bossy, easy. Nice cow. Oh, gee, it's sure good to get...
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. You're home early.
Yeah, Rochester. Hey, how come you're sprawled out on the couch? Did you have a hard day?
Well,
Did you clean out the closets like I told you to?
Well, after you left this morning, I thought it'd be a good idea if I vacuumed the rugs first.
Oh, vacuum the... Rochester, the rugs don't look as though they were clean.
Well, before I got to that, I started thinking that the furniture ought to be dusted.
Oh, so you dusted the furniture.
Well, I was just about to when I got to thinking how dirty the windows were.
Yeah, they were awfully dirty. I'm glad you cleaned them.
That was my intention.
What?
Then I started thinking that I ought to wash the woodwork.
But the woodwork is still dirty.
I know. After all that thinking, I was a wreck.
Well, this house is a mess. Why didn't you at least scrub the floors?
I didn't even think about that.
Look, Roger, I don't mind your skipping the chores once in a while, but I've told you 1,000 times that you must dust the piano every day.
Why are you so particular about the piano?
Well, supposing the Colmans dropped in here unexpectedly and saw dust all over it. They'd never lend it to me again. They're mad enough at me now. They're taking their milk from Ador. So when I ask you to do something, I wish you'd... Rochester, why don't you answer the phone?
I'm thinking about it.
Never mind, I'll answer it. Hello?
Hey, Jackson, ask me that question again.
What?
I couldn't stand it any longer. Go ahead, ask me.
All right. Who has the pink slip?
Alice, I wear a blue one. Oh, Harris, the beer may be in your car, but the head is on your shoulders. Goodbye, straight man.
Goodbye. Serves me right for answering the phone. I thought it was Mary.
Oh, by the way, boss, how is Miss Livingston?
Oh, she has a little touch of the flu, but she's getting better. Say, Rochester, I think I'll have dinner at home tonight. What's in the icebox?
I'll take a look. Let's see. Turnips, lettuce, rhubarb, and 40 gallons of milk.
Oh, is there any meat in there?
If you want to count my arm, yes.
Oh, stop. I think I'll just have some... There's someone at the door. I'll get it. You just stand there and sing. We were dancing to the music of the Tennessee Waltz when I stepped on Arthur Murray's big toe. Da-da-dee-dum, da-da-dee-dum.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. Come on in. Dennis, I thought I just said goodbye to you a few minutes ago at rehearsal.
I know, but there was something I forgot to ask you.
What?
Will it be all right if I miss rehearsal next Saturday?
I guess so. Why?
I'm going to commit suicide.
Suicide?
I may miss the broadcast, too.
Dennis, look at me.
Huh?
Dennis, how can you get such a crazy idea? I mean, why would you want to commit suicide?
Well, my girlfriend told me she was through with me.
Oh, well, maybe she was just teasing you.
No, she meant it all right. She returned my engagement ring, my fraternity pin, and my skate key.
Your skate key?
Oh, we've been going together for a long time.
Dennis.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny. It's been nice knowing you.
Dennis, come back here.
Huh?
Now, that's enough of that silly talk. And you're not going to commit suicide.
I'm not?
Certainly not. You and your girl just had a little quarrel. You'll probably make up with her.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Can I use your phone?
Sure. Are you going to call your girl?
No, Forest Lawn. I want to cancel my reservation.
Look, Dennis, you don't have to call them. If you don't show up after a week or so, they'll know you've changed your mind. I'm sure.
Geez, this is the third time. They'll think I'm fickle.
Yeah, fickle. Now, Dennis, at rehearsal, we were too busy to go over your song, but I'd like to hear it now. What are you going to sing?
Heaven Can Wait.
Now, cut that out! And answer me sensibly, what are you going to sing?
It's a recording of mine called Bagilly Bagali Bagara.
All right, go ahead. Sometimes he drives me crazy. Dennis, that was very good.
Thank you. Oh, Mr. Benny, do you mind if I go home now?
No, kid, believe me, I don't mind.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, by the way, Dennis, say, I meant to ask you, didn't you just finish a personal appearance in Las Vegas?
Uh-huh. I played 2 weeks at the Last Frontier Hotel. And you want to know something, Mr. Benny?
What?
They paid me more money for 2 weeks than you pay me in a whole year.
Well, certainly, Dennis, but for me, you only have to sing one song.
I know, but I have to get up so early to milk your cow.
Dennis.
And then I have to sing to her to keep her contented.
Dennis, go home, will you?
Okay, goodbye.
What a kid. I wonder what they did pay him for playing in Las Vegas. I remember they offered me... Oh, Rochester!
Yes, boss?
What was that offer I had from the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas?
50 cents a bundle, rough dry.
I don't mean that. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
I'm going to the library and read a while.
You woke me up just to tell me that?
No, Your Highness, I want you to make me a sandwich.
Okay.
Well, let's see. What books have I got here? The Disenchanted, Memory and Desire, How to Raise Chickens, How to Raise Pigs, How to Raise Turkeys, How to Stop Raising Rabbits. I don't know, I'd like to read a mystery tonight. Say, here's one I don't think I've read. I Was Coerced by Maximilian Q. Langley. Gee, he's good. I think I'll read this one. Now look at the dedication by the author. This book is respectfully dedicated to my 3 lovely children, Begilly, Begolly, and Irving. How sweet. Page 1. I was coerced. sit behind my massive walnut desk in my luxurious Park Avenue office, surrounded by all the symbols of wealth and success, you wouldn't think that I, Montague J. Blackstone, attorney at law, once sent an innocent man to prison for life. It all started 2 years ago. I had just come from court where I had successfully pleaded the case of Mrs. Twombly versus Mr. Twombly. I not only won her the divorce, but the custody of their 26 children. It was clever of me to think of incompatibility. As I was sitting in my office, the phone rang. I never should have answered it. It led me straight to the home of that eccentric millionaire, Eugene Patrick O'Day. Well, here I am, Mr. O'Day. You sent for me.
Yes, Sonny, I want to make out my will.
Make out your will?
Yep, and I got a lot of money to leave, Sonny. You know, everybody thinks I'm an eccentric old man.
Oh, I don't think you're eccentric, Mr. O'Day.
You don't?
No, as a matter of fact, you look nice in that French bathing suit.
Thank you. Well, let's get on with my will.
Yes, sir. I'll start writing it down in legal form. I, Eugene Patrick O'Day, being of sound mind...
That's a good one, eh, Sonny?
Do hereby will and bequeath. Tell me, what do you want to leave, sir?
To all my servants and to all the shopkeepers in the neighborhood, I want to leave $5,000 each. I want it to go to my butcher, my baker, everybody except my barber. I don't want to leave him a thing.
Oh, you're mad at your barber?
Yep. Yesterday he come in to shave me and he cut off one of my ears.
Oh, that... Wait a minute. You've got 2 ears.
No, yes.
Oh.
To my wife, I want to leave $10 million in cash, my stocks and bonds, my yacht, and my skate key.
Wow, $10 million. How did you make all that money?
I just played 2 weeks in Las Vegas.
Oh. A week later, with the completed will in my briefcase, I again started out for the O'Day mansion. It was a nasty, miserable day. It was raining. The wind was howling. Then it began to thunder. It was the kind of a day that sound effects men love. But suddenly, the sun burst through. When I reached the eccentric millionaire's mansion, I rang the bell. Good evening. Are you the butler?
Yeah.
Is Mr. O'Day at home?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah, but you can't see him. He's busy.
What's he doing?
He's playing gin rummy with his dog.
Gin rummy with his dog?
Fido is such a bad loser. Well, if you'll sit down, sir, I'll tell Mr. O'Day you're here.
After the butler left the room, I sat there alone with my thoughts, when suddenly a door opened, and she walked in.
Hello, handsome.
It was Mrs. O'Day, and she was young and beautiful.
She looked like $1 million, tied with a tight string. I couldn't believe that I got her on this show for a lousy $35. She walked over to me and said,
"Are you Montague J. Blackstone, my husband's attorney?"
"Yes, Mrs. O'Day, I am."
"Well, tell me, Monty, how much is my husband leaving me in his will?"
$10 million.
$10 million?
And a can of circus peanuts.
Oh, goody.
You'll be a wealthy woman, Mrs. O'Day, but of course it may be years before your husband dies.
Not necessarily. He may go sooner than you think.
You mean?
Yes. Every morning this month I've been giving him poison. Arsenic, strychnine, prussic acid, and cyanide.
Good heavens, how come he's still alive?
Yesterday I tried to drown him, and that was my big mistake.
Why?
His swimming pool is filled with haddock.
Haddock.
When he came up for the third time, he looked wonderful.
I fell in love with her then and there. To you, this may seem awfully sudden, but the producer just motioned to me that we're running late. So without wasting any time, I decided to help her carry out her murderous plan.
Come on, Monty, let's see my husband. He's in his room playing cards.
She walked down the long corridor to her husband's room, and I followed her. As she passed an open window, the breeze blew her skirt. That's when I first realized who had the pink slip. Finally, we reached her husband's room and opened the door.
Gin!
Stupid dog! He lost again. Hello, Mr. O'Day.
Hello there, Sonny.
Hello, darling. We came in to say goodbye to you.
Why, are you going out?
No, you are.
He didn't even wave goodbye. Yes, Mrs. O'Day and I killed her husband. But we framed it so that the police arrested the butler and charged him with murder. And I was appointed as lawyer, just as my writers planned. I had no doubt that the judge would end as I wanted it. I had no doubt that the case would end. Excuse me. As I wanted it to because my brother was the judge. But when the case opened, I was surprised to see another man sitting on the bench. I walked up to him and said, "Pardon me, are you the judge?"
The Jack Benny program came to you transcribed. This is CBS.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to Jack Benny's house in Beverly Hills. I know he's home because his car is in the garage. Now, if you just follow me, we'll go in and pay Jack a visit.
And you needn't ask me to leave, because you're going to sit there and listen to what I've got to say.
Uh-oh, better not go in. Seems to be some sort of a commotion going on.
I haven't told you half what's on my mind. And believe me, I'm talking for everybody in this neighborhood. Why, when you first moved in, we thought you were a nice, gentle, kindly old man. But before we knew it, you had the mortgages on all our houses. Oh, I don't blame you for not saying anything. All you can do is sit there with your mouth open. And why? Because even you know that last trick you pulled was the cheapest, most abominable thing anybody ever did. Imagine putting a woman with 7 children out on the sidewalk because she missed one payment.
Rochester, turn off that radio.
You have just heard another episode in that thrilling story, The Mean Old Man. In tomorrow's episode, you will hear the true...
Thanks, Rochester.
I don't know why you listen to that program, boss. It always upsets you.
Well, I don't know where they get those fantastic ideas. I mean, nobody can be that cheap.
Well...
And that corny title, The Mean Old Man. It's ridiculous.
I'll get it. Mr. Benny's residence, star, stage, screen, radio, and the only laundry service that... Huh? Oh, hello, Miss Livingston. I almost wasted a commercial on you. Yeah, I'll put him on. It's Miss Livingston, boss.
Thanks. Hello, Mary. How do you feel? What? 100? Mary, that's awful. Oh, your temperature. I thought you meant the doctor bill. Anyway, I'm glad you're feeling better. And Mary... What? Oh, you're welcome, Mary. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll call you tomorrow, honey. Goodbye.
What you thank you for, boss?
Well, everybody's been sending her flowers and fruit and candy, so I just thought I'd be a little different.
What did you send her?
A bowl of chili. You know, it's good in this nippy weather. Anyway, it looks like Miss Livingston will be back on the program next week.
That's good. If you don't need me anymore now, boss, I'll go to the library and finish working on your scrapbook.
Oh, fine, Rochester. You know, one of my biggest thrills is when I show my scrapbook to people.
I know, boss. That's why I put the picture of you shaking hands with the King of England right on the front cover.
Good. What's on the back cover?
An ad. You sold a space to Manischewitz's wife.
I had that hunch all day.
I'm a bourbon man.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rochester, look at it. Face, I went over it with him 1,000 times. Manischewitz's. Rochester, paste that picture of me playing the violin on the inside cover, will you?
Oh, I can't. We've got that reserved for Sir's hands.
Oh. What are you laughing at?
You've got the only scrapbook that's been handled by Batten, Barson, Durston, and Osborne.
Well, you go in the library and paste all my reviews in it.
Yes, sir.
I'll get it. Be my love, da dee da dee da 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 dum. Be my love, dum 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 dee da dum. Well, hello, Mr. Brown.
Hello, Mr. Benny. I'm sorry I'm 3 days late with the rent on our house, but here it is.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, Mr. Benny, our hot water heater is leaking. Do you think maybe you could have it fixed?
Well, see, plumbing costs are awfully high now, you know.
I guess they are, but it's been months since you promised to paint the living room.
Well...
I fixed a hole in the roof myself.
Well, good.
Well, I guess I'll be running along. Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Brown, how's your wife? I mean, what's she doing now?
Oh, haven't you heard? She writes that radio program, The Mean Old Man.
Oh, yes, I listen to it every day. Your wife has quite an imagination.
Yeah, imagination.
Huh?
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye.
Who was it, boss?
Mr. Brown from Long Beach.
Oh, you know he's been complaining a long time about a hole in the roof.
It's fixed.
But, boss, I don't remember you sending anyone down to fix it.
If I say it's fixed, it's fixed. If you don't believe me, listen to tomorrow's episode and you'll find out. By the way, Rochester, has my television script arrived from CBS?
No, not yet, boss.
I don't know what's holding it up. I got so much memorizing to do. Now, that must be it now. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, it's you, Dennis. Come on in.
Thank you.
How do you feel, kid?
Oh, fine, thanks.
How are your folks?
They're fine, too.
That's good.
Especially my father. After 6 months, they finally took the cast off his foot.
In a cast for 6 months?
Uh-huh.
Dennis, what was wrong with your father's foot?
Oh, nothing. He stepped in a bucket of cement.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Look, kid, I can understand your father stepping in a bucket of cement. I can almost understand him standing there and letting the cement dry. But why? I mean, why would he keep it on his foot for 6 months?
Oh, my mother made him.
What?
When he stayed out late at night, he couldn't tiptoe into the house.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Imagine your mother making him keep his foot in a bucket for 6 months.
Oh, 2 weeks ago, it came in handy.
How?
They were invited to a masquerade, and Papa went as a potted palm.
Look, kid, do me a favor, will you?
What?
As long as you've got your mouth open, sing, don't talk.
Okay.
Manischewitz's wine. Dennis, that was really very good.
Gee, thank you.
You know, I can't understand you, kid. You come in here and talk, and when you talk, you sound so ridiculous. And then you sing. And when you sing, you're a completely different person. Gee, I mean, what are you, a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Uh-huh, and each one has its own show.
What?
The doctor's on another network.
Oh, yes. Huh?
Well, so long, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye, kid.
Oh, say, Mr. Benny.
Now what?
Can I have your permission to do a guest spot tomorrow on a dramatic program?
Dramatic program? What's the name of it?
The Mean Old Man. They got a wonderful part for me where I fix a hole in the roof.
Do it. Goodbye. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Are you sure my television script hasn't arrived yet?
Not yet.
Well, I'm going to call CBS and see what's holding it up. Happens all the time. Got to rehearse it. You got to memorize it.
CBS, the star's address. What? All right. You don't have to shout. The line is busy now. Hold on. Who is it, Gertrude? Jack Benny.
Oh. Well, what does Tennessee Schmaltz want now?
He wants I should get him the mimeograph department.
So, why were you so fresh to him?
Why was I so fresh to him? The other night he called and asked me if he could pick me up and take me dancing at the Macombo. And then he got mad because when he called for me, I was wearing my overalls.
Well, I don't blame him for being mad. Why would you wear overalls to the Macombo?
Who gets to the Macombo? I always wind up fixing his car.
Well, you're better off than I am.
Why?
I'm not mechanical-minded, and I have to get out and push.
Have you been out with Jack lately?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. He took me to a nightclub. We sat at a corner, and the lights were low, and he got so romantic.
What did he do?
He drank Hadacol out of my slipper.
Say, that's funny. He usually drinks Manischewitz's wine.
Through the open toe.
Well, with the Hadacol, you must have had the happiest feet in town.
Yeah, but you know what I've been thinking? Maybe we shouldn't be so fussy about men.
I guess you're right. After all, we're not getting any younger.
Speak for yourself, John. I'm only 23.
23? Then how did you get that medal for sticking to your switchboard during the San Francisco fire?
It wasn't me. Well, I should I lie? You were there.
Yeah? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Benny. The line is still busy. Your television script? I'll tell him. Goodbye.
That mimeograph. Mimeograph department drives me nuts. That script should have been here. Oh, well. Now, let's see.
Well, here I am, boss.
Rochester, how'd you know I was going to call you?
You ain't gonna get any funny answers out of that bridge lamp.
Oh, yes. How's my scrapbook coming along?
It's all finished, boss. I put a title on the cover.
A title on my scrapbook? What do you call it?
Across the river and into the bank.
Say, that's pretty good.
Yeah, the bridge lamp never would have thought of that.
I know. Now put away the paste and I'll get it. Be my love. Well, the boys from the Beverly Hills Beavers, Joey, Stevie, and Butch. And...
This is Butch's mother.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Broderick. Won't you come in?
Thank you. I hope we're not intruding, Mr. Benny, but the boys insisted I come here. You see, Butch idolizes you so much, and...
And what, Mrs. Broderick?
It's like this, Mr. Benny. Butch has a tooth with a cavity in it. It's got to be pulled, and he's afraid to go to the dentist.
Is that right, Butch?
My tooth don't hurt.
Mr. Benny, I'm sure if you told him to go, he would. You see, you're his hero.
I am?
Yes, in fact, I'm kind of thrilled myself. Talking to the man who used to play football under the name of Red Grange.
Well...
Tell her about the time you caught your own kickoff and made a touchdown.
Oh, it was nothing, Stevie. Butch, let me look at your tooth. Now, open your mouth.
Mm-mm.
Now, come on now, Butch. Come on, open your mouth.
Mm-mm.
Now, Butch, that's no way to act. You yourself said when you grow up, you want to be just like Mr. Benny.
Yeah, if you're brave and have your tooth pulled, maybe someday you too will be on the Harvard rowing team.
Butch, let me see your tooth.
Oh, Mr. Benny, were you on the Harvard rowing team?
Butch, let me see your tooth.
Mr. Benny, tell Butch's mother about the day you won the rowing regatta all by yourself.
Butch, let me look at your tooth.
Mr. Benny not only won the rowing regatta, but he knocked a home run at the Yankee Stadium at the same time.
Butch, please let me look at your tooth.
Mr. Benny, how could you be rowing and still hit a home run in the Yankee Stadium?
Well,
He had a long arm.
Yes, it was one of the... Rochester, what are you doing here?
Making notes. I'm starting a new scrapbook.
Never mind.
Oh, Mr. Benny, would you mind coming down to the dentist's office with us? It's just around the corner. Dr. Kearns.
Oh, Dr. Kearns, yes.
That's the only way I'll get Butch in the dentist's chair.
Well, I'll be glad to go along. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Broderick, how much do you expect to pay to have Butch's tooth pulled?
Oh, I'd say about $5.
$5. Oh, Rochester.
No, boss. The pliers are rusty.
I didn't call you for that. I just wanted to tell you I'm taking Butch to the dentist. Now, come on, Butch.
My tooth don't hurt.
Now, come on. Well, here's Dr. Kern's office. Let's go in.
Come, children.
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Broderick. I called a while ago.
Oh, yes. Which one is to have his tooth pulled? The one playing with the yo-yo or the one with the propeller on his hat?
The one with the yo-yo. The one with the propeller is Mr. Benny.
Oh. Well, Mrs. Broderick, the doctor will be with you in a moment.
Thank you.
Now, look, Butch, after you get your tooth pulled, you should see your dentist twice a year and brush your teeth twice a day. Remember that, Butch, and you'll never have any more trouble.
Hey, Butch, be sure the dentist gives you some of that stuff Mr. Benny invented, that penicillin.
Yes.
I don't want to get my tooth pulled.
Look, Butch, there's really nothing to it. Having a tooth pulled is a very simple...
Next, please.
You may take him in now, Mrs. Broderick.
Come, Butch.
I don't want to have my my tooth pulled. It's all hurt. I don't want it pulled.
Now, wait a minute, Butch. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. May I talk to you, Doctor?
Why, certainly.
Now, look, Doc, I want to show Butch that having a tooth pulled doesn't hurt at all.
Well, it really doesn't.
I know, but we've got to convince Butch. So I'll sit in the chair, and you make believe that you're pulling my tooth, and I'll make a big nothing out of it.
That's an excellent idea. All right, come sit right down in the dentist's chair.
Now, look, Butch, I'm going to have my tooth pulled. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Yes. Come, Mr. Benny. Open your mouth.
Watch this, Butch. See, Butch? Nothing to it.
Would you please open your mouth again, Mr. Benny?
Huh?
Open your mouth.
What is it, Doctor? What is it? What is it?
Oh, nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Prepare the Novocaine.
What?
The third tooth from the end, the bicuspid, it has to come out.
But I don't want to get my tooth pulled. It doesn't hurt. Honest, Doctor, it doesn't hurt. I don't want to get my tooth pulled.
Go ahead, Doc. I'm holding them.
Look, let me go.
Here's the Novocaine, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
Doctor, you can't do this to me.
There, it's out.
Oh, boy. Look at that propeller spin.
Now, Butch, let me look at your tooth. Come on, open your mouth.
I don't want it.
Come on, Butch, open your mouth.
No.
Open that big mouth or I'll bash your head in.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with your tooth, Sonny.
Oh, but, Doctor, look how black it is.
He's been eating licorice.
What?
And, Mr. Benny, for pulling your tooth, that will be $5.
You can deduct it from next month's rent. Come on, kids, let's get out of here. Ooh. Rochester, get me another ice bag.
Yes, sir.
And get me 2 more aspirins.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
You know, boss, for a man who scored a touchdown with his own kickoff, you're making an awful fuss.
Never mind that. Get me the ice bag.
Okay, Red.
Good night, Dow.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, Jack Benny has been in bed with a touch of the flu. So yesterday I decided to drop by and keep him company. As a matter of fact, I read to him for hours. With almost human tenderness, the rolling waves of the Pacific cast the tiny life raft upon the gleaming white sands of the tropical island.
Just a second, Don.
Oh, what is it, Jack?
Would you please fluff my pillow for me?
Why, sure.
Thanks. Now continue reading, Don.
Realizing that their arduous trip was finally over, Bert lifted Anne out of the raft and carried her to a little clearing among the swaying palm trees. Her clothes were meager and tattered, doing little more than to conceal her wealth of feminine charm. As he reached the clearing, she opened her eyes, and without a word being said, she realized she was safe in his arms. Her eyes showed gratitude, admiration, and love. She reached up and pulled his head down until his lips touched hers in a flaming, passionate kiss. 39, he says. Well, I'm going to finish it anyway. It was months before the rescue ship arrived, and during that time they spent their days exploring the island. It was a tropical paradise covered with coconut palms, breadfruit, and banana trees. One morning, while at the north end of the island, they discovered a cave the sea had hollowed out. Timidly, they entered. And when their eyes became accustomed to the darkness, they were amazed to find, running through one of the walls, a vein of solid gold.
What'd you say, Don?
Don? Don, what'd you say, Don?
Well, Jack, you fell asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Don. See, your voice was so soothing that...
Hello, boss. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I don't know why I have to stay in bed anyway.
Well, Jack, you better follow the doctor's orders.
But I've been in bed for 2 weeks. Look at all the fun I've missed. The Chicago Cubs spring training at Wrigley Field, the golf tournament at Hillcrest, Jane Wyman's formal dinner party last Wednesday. Of course, I probably wouldn't have gone to Janie's party anyway.
Why not?
He wasn't invited.
I was, too. The second time I called her, she said it was all right. She's a sweet kid.
Boss, it's time for you to take your medicine. I have it here.
Oh, pills.
Come on, open your mouth and swallow it. Here's your aspirin.
Good.
And here's your Oreomycin. And your 4-way cold tablet. And your vitamin pill. And here, take this.
Hey, wait a minute. What was that last thing you made me swallow?
A peach pit. We ain't got no garbage disposal.
Oh, stop with that. Has the mail come yet?
I'll go see.
You know, Don, I'm so tired and bored of staying here in bed. What day is this, anyway?
Why, it's Saturday, March 17th.
Oh, yes, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, Jack. Did you hear the one about the Irish girl who was so happy because her boyfriend gave her an engagement ring with a fake diamond?
Why would she be happy to get a fake diamond?
Because it was St. Patrick's Day and she was glad to get a sham rock.
Don, vitamin bat. Don, control yourself. You're shaking the room. Don, stop. Now, Don, stop, or I'll tell everyone it was you who got stuck on the freeway and held up 50,000 cars. Now, watch it.
All right. You want me to finish reading the book?
No, I don't think so. Turn on the radio. I want to hear the news.
Okay.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to bring you some appropriate music in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
That silly kid. All I wanted was to hear the news. Yeah, what is it, Rochester?
The mail just came.
Good.
Here's a letter in a pink envelope with a lady's handwriting.
Oh, that's probably a get-well card for my girlfriend, Gloria. Hand it to me, Rochester. Let me smell the envelope.
Here you are, boss.
Let's see. Yep, that's from Gloria, all right.
Perfume?
No, hamburger. She works in a drive-in. Ground Round Gloria, they call her. You know, she can chop onions faster. Get that, will you please, Rochester?
Yes, sir. Hello, Mr. Benny's residence.
Hello, Rochester. How's Moanin' Low?
The boss is all right, but he's still in bed.
I thought he got up Thursday.
He did, but he had a relapse.
A relapse? What happened?
He looked at the calendar, saw it was income tax day, and I caught him just before he hit the floor.
Well, put him on the phone. That's what I want to talk to him about.
Okay. It's for you, boss.
Hello?
Hiya, Jackson. How you feel?
A lot you care. You didn't even come over to visit me.
Well, I wanted to come over, but since you're sick, I thought your house might be guaranteed.
That's quarantine. Guaranteed.
A natural mistake for a chap who celebrated his 21st birthday in the second grade.
Yeah. Now, what do you want, Phil?
Well, it's about my income tax. I sent it in Thursday, but I don't know if I made it out right.
What do you mean you don't know? Did you list your dependents?
Yeah, I got them all, including the 2 kids and Remley.
Remley? You listed Frankie as a dependent?
Certainly.
But, Phil, a dependent is someone you support who doesn't do anything. Remley's in your band. Every week he sits in your orchestra with his guitar and... Say, you're right, he is a dependent.
Yeah, and he's getting self-conscious about it. A couple of weeks ago after the show, he came to me and he said, "Hey, Curly, I want people to think I'm playing this guitar. Will you please buy me a bowl for it?"
Well, let's forget about empty. Is there anything else?
No, so long, Jackson. Look, I'll drop over and see you one of these days.
Thanks, Phil. So long.
Oh, wait a minute. Look, I've been meaning to ask you, will it be all right if Bagby, my piano player, misses Sunday's show?
What's the matter? Is he sick, too?
No, but he just received word that his uncle died.
Oh, that's too bad. Is Bagby taking it hard?
Yeah, he's in deep mourning. He won't drink nothing but Johnny Walker Black Label.
Such devotion. Goodbye, Phil.
So long, Jackson.
Now, let's see. Rochester, where's the mail?
There it is on the bed, and here's the latest Collier's magazine.
Collier's?
Yeah, the one that has that article about you.
Oh, yes, the one I wrote myself. Let's see. Yep, they even have it mentioned right on the cover. From vaudeville to video via radio by Jack Benny. Here it is. And, gee, look at that swell picture of me in color.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Did you write that article in Collier's?
Uh-huh.
All by yourself? Without your writers?
Certainly. I wouldn't trust my writers with an important article like this. They always try to make everything funny.
But, Jack, they must have some serious moments.
Never. Last week, one of them made out his will, and it was so good he sold it to Red Skelton. Not only that, one of them wrote a letter to his wife.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. I'm glad you dropped by.
Oh, I just thought I'd come over and cheer you up.
Well, thanks.
You need cheering up. You look awful.
Look, Dennis.
Dennis, what's the matter with you? When you visit someone who's sick, you shouldn't tell them they look awful.
I shouldn't?
No, you're supposed to tell them that they're looking well and that they ought to be up soon.
Oh. Gee, Mr. Benny, you look great. You ought to get up soon.
Thanks.
If you don't get up soon, you won't get up at all.
Dennis!
Oh, now, Jack, don't get aggravated. You'll make yourself sick again.
Well, maybe you're right.
By the way, Dennis, a little while ago, we were listening to the radio, and we heard them playing your records on all the different stations.
Oh, those weren't records, Don. That was me in person.
In person?
Uh-huh.
That's ridiculous. How could you get from one station to another so fast?
I drink Catacol.
Now, Now, look, Dennis. Dennis, listen to me. Look, I'm sick. Look, 11 years ago, when you were just a kid, I discovered you.
Yes, sir.
I had faith in you and thought you'd go places.
Yes, sir.
I introduced you to my sponsor, and he thought you'd go places, too.
Uh-huh.
I put you on my radio program, and the critics heard you, and they said you'd go places. Now, for heaven's sakes, go already.
All right, I'll go, but that's a fine way to treat a fellow who came over to cheer you up.
I'm cheered.
I don't have to stay here, you know. I can go and sing Irish songs on the radio.
I know. Just go.
Yes, sir.
That kid drives me nuts. Say, Don, it's exactly noon. Maybe we can get the 12 o'clock news. Turn on the radio, will you?
Okay.
Tim Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McCutty, McLack, and Mahone.
How does he do it? How does he do it? Don, turn it off. It's 12 o'clock. Now, there must be some station that has the news. Here, let me try it. Help me sit up, Don.
Okay. Here you are, Jack.
Thanks. We might get it on this station.
And that's what happened in Washington today. This concludes our midday edition of the news.
Oh, darn it.
And now we'll continue with our recorded program. The one and only Cindy Lou will give her interpretation of My Heart Cries for You.
If you're in Arizona,
That awful. Trying to get the news. Don, look, I don't want that. I can't understand why we... Don, did you try the CBS station?
Oh, no, I didn't, Jack. I'll turn on that one.
Say, boss, the nurse will be here pretty soon.
Nurse? What nurse?
The doctor called and said he sent him one over.
Oh, fine. Now that I'm better, he sends over a nurse.
In the meantime, you better take your medicine. Come on, boss. Open your mouth.
Wait a minute, Rocha. Are you sure you got the right bottle?
Oh, sure, boss. The druggist typed your name on the label. He wrote, "This medicine's for Jack Benny, star of stage, screen, radio, and television 2 weeks from now if I mix the prescription right."
Well, I don't care if he mixed it right or not. I'm not taking any more medicine. What are you doing with that radio?
Well, Jack, I know how anxious you are to hear the news, so I'm trying to get it.
Oh.
And now for the weather report. Due to low barometric pressure areas over the Pacific Ocean being neutralized by the warm moisture belt flowing in from the Mojave Desert, precipitation could be evident in the coastal areas with a high of 80 degrees being expected. Those who live in Oregon may have early morning fogs. If you're in Northern California, you may expect drizzles. If you're in Southern California, the low will be 52, and if you're in Arizona, I'll follow you. If you're in Minnesota,
turn that off, will you,
I'll
Don?
be there too.
All I want is a little news, and I keep getting...
You want me to get that, Jack?
No, I can reach the phone. Hello? Oh, hello, Mary. How are you feeling? That's good. Yes, I'm getting along much better. My picture in Collier's? Sure, I saw it. You're right, Mary. They really did play up my blue eyes. But I think they overdid it. 2 would have been enough. Yeah. Well, Mary, I'm glad you called. Is there anything you need, anything you want, anything I can do for you? Just name it. What? Of course you don't get paid when you're off. And you can stop that coughing. Well, look, Mary,
Jack, let me talk to Mary.
She hung up when I told her she doesn't get paid. I can't understand...
Oh, boss, the nurse is here.
Oh, all right, show her in. Watch this, Don. I'll use a little flattery, and she'll let me get out of bed.
Here's your nurse, boss.
Well. A man certainly is lucky to get a nurse as pretty as you.
They didn't tell me this was a mental case.
Look, nurse, I was just trying to be nice.
Nice or not, I get $12 a day, so stop flashing those blue eyes and shut up.
But, nurse...
Now open your mouth so I can take your temperature.
It's open.
Wider. Wider.
Why do I have to open my mouth so wide?
I forgot my thermometer, so I took this one off the wall.
Well, you can put it back. I'm getting out of bed.
Oh, boss, your doctor is here.
Well, thank heaven. Show him in.
This way, doctor.
Well, how's the little patient today?
Wait a minute. You're not my regular doctor.
No, Dr. Christian couldn't come. He had a rehearsal.
Now, look, doctor, I feel perfectly all right. I want to get up.
Yes, by all means. I think it'll do you a lot of good.
But, doctor, you can't let him up. Look at his face.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. It's spring. Everything is turning green.
Now, look, doctor.
On second thought, it may be safer if I give you an examination. First, I'll listen to your heart. Take off your pajama top.
My pajama top?
Yes. Here, I'll help you off with it.
Doctor!
Well, a contour chest. It looks so comfortable.
Doctor, stop sitting on me. Now,
I'm sorry.
Now, look, doctor, I'm almost well. Why don't you just give me a shot of penicillin, and I'll be okay.
A shot of what?
Penicillin.
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that? It's one of those new wonder drugs like auramycin.
Oro what?
Mycin. For heaven's sake, doctor, what college did you go to anyway?
You just asked me for a haircut and you'll find out.
What?
Scissors. Comb. Tonic.
Get out of here, both of you. Do you hear me? Now, out. I don't know. I don't know who sent those people anyway. What a doctor and that silly nurse.
Boss, don't excite yourself.
Well, I can't help it. Now I'm so upset I don't know what to do.
Well, Jack, would you like me to finish reading that book?
No. Turn on the radio. I still haven't heard the news.
What station?
I don't know. Try any station.
Okay.
Ahora, señoras y señores, para su placer en honor de esta ocasión, les traemos a ustedes una canción popular. Esperemos que les gusta a ustedes.
De que Hernández, Fernández, González, Tamales, Sánchez, Pancho, Balanes,
Finish reading the book to me.
As the rescue ship slowly sailed from the island, Bert, Ann, and Valerie looked back toward...
Excuse me, Don. Hello? What's that, operator? A transatlantic call from London, England? Put 'em on. Hello? How are you? Been doing a lot of sightseeing, huh? Oh, that's wonderful. You're coming back on the Queen Elizabeth? Oh, you'll love that. It certainly sounds like you're having a wonderful time. Goodbye. Now, Don, continue reading.
Jack, I don't mean to be inquisitive, but that call you just got from London, who was it?
It was the wrong number. Now, continue reading.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. If it was a wrong number, why did you take the call?
How often can you talk to London for nothing? You know.
Jack, if you weren't sick, I'd punch you right in the nose.
Read the book, will you? Read the book.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, since this is Easter, we bring you a man who put a small rabbit in his hat so he could have a little hair on his head. And here he is, Jack Bunny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, that was a very clever introduction.
Oh, did you like it?
No, I didn't like it. But your joke did fit.
What do you mean?
What I mean is I thought it was very appropriate for you to start an Easter program by laying an egg. Congratulations.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. That was a very funny joke, and the audience thought so, too.
They did not.
They did, too. I'll pick anybody in the audience and prove it. Say, Mister.
Oh, me?
Yes, would you come up here for a minute?
Don, we don't have to go through all of that.
Oh, yes, we do. My future's at stake. You don't have to worry. You saved your money.
Don, believe me, it isn't that.
Hey, did you want me, mister?
Yes. Now, I want to ask you something, and I want your unbiased opinion. What did you think of that joke?
What joke?
You see, Don? You see?
What joke? The one I told when I introduced Jack Benny.
Who's he?
Who's he? For your information, I'd like you to know
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. I guess I was wrong in calling him up here.
You bet you were wrong. Okay, mister, you can go sit down.
Not so fast, Bub. Where's my refrigerator?
Refrigerator?
Well, certainly. You call me up on a stage, you ask me a lot of silly questions, and I'll pay you off.
Look, mister, this isn't a quiz program. This is a comedy show. We only got you out of the audience to give us an opinion.
You woke me up just for that?
Now, you can go sit down. I'm not going to ask you any more questions.
Okay, Senator.
Go already.
Jack, I'm sorry about the whole thing.
That's all right, Don. Maybe I shouldn't have picked on your joke. But you see, I was so sure that since today is Easter, your introduction would have been something about my new suit, you know?
Oh, forgive me, Jack. That is a beautiful suit. But what's that patch on the left shoulder?
I didn't think it would show.
Patch on a new suit?
Well, Don, I had to make a little alteration. You see, when it was delivered to me, my coat had 3 sleeves. Anyway, I think the color...
But, Jack, how in the world can you get a coat with 3 sleeves?
Well, you see, Don, this suit was made to measure, and it's my own fault for going to a tailor who was nearsighted.
Oh, nearsighted?
I kept telling him there was a guy standing next to me. But he wouldn't believe me, you know. Anyway, I'm glad I got this suit.
Well, Jack, on Easter, everybody dresses up.
Not everybody, Don. Just look at the boys in Phil's band. I mean, look at the way they're dressed. If they spread themselves out, they could keep the crows away from 460 acres. You'd think they would at least have the little Easter spirit.
Hold it, Adrian. Hold it.
Huh?
They've got the Easter spirit. Look at Sammy, my drummer.
Sammy? Hey, he does look different, you know?
Certainly does. This morning, my boys got up bright and early, went to Sammy's house, and colored his head.
Oh, yes, it's pink. I thought he was blushing.
Now turn them big blue eyes on me, Jackson, and pay a little compliment. I'm really dressed for Easter, ain't I?
Yes, you are, Phil, but why shouldn't you dress well? You can afford it, you know. You do my show, your own show, personal appearances, recordings.
Yeah?
Tell me, Phil, what is your biggest source of income?
Shooting pool.
Shooting pool?
When you can sink the 5, 10, and 15 ball with one shot, you're in the upper bracket.
Well, how can you always be talking about pool? After all, you're a family man. I mean, what do your children think about it?
They love it.
What?
When they say they want to see Hoppy, they mean Willie, not Cassidy.
Phil, I'd like to sit down and have a long talk with you, but I don't have the time now. You see, tonight we're going to do a very important sketch.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. As I was saying, we're going to do a very important sketch tonight about...
I was in the Easter parade this morning.
You were? That's nice.
You'll never guess who else was there.
Who?
There was Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McCuffy, Malarkey, Mahone,
Now,
Lafferty,
Dennis,
Lafferty,
stop
Donnelly,
it,
Connolly, Dooley, O'Dooley,
Dennis, stop
Muldowney,
it. Wait a minute.
Madigan,
Stop it.
Cadigan,
St. Patrick's Day was last week. Dennis, let me ask you a question.
A question?
Yes. Why are you so silly?
I refuse to answer on the grounds that it might tend to incriminate me.
Oh, you've been watching the investigating committee on television, huh?
Yeah, I watched one fella for hours. He isn't half as funny without Abbott.
That's a different Costello. Now, Don, as I started to tell you before, as soon as Mary gets here, she may be a little late. You see, her sister Babe is visiting her from Plainfield. Anyway, as soon as Mary gets here, we're going to do a very important sketch based on a picture that's nominated for the Academy Awards.
Say, that's right. This is the week of the Academy Awards.
Hey, Jackson.
What?
You never did win anything, did you?
No, Phil, not personally, but my pictures made a wonderful showing. Taken To Be or Not to Be, the director won an award. And George Washington Slept Here, the cameraman got an award.
What about The Horn Blows at Midnight?
The audience got the award.
Well, you're wrong about that because there was no audience. I mean, there was no audience. And, Phil, I'll make you a deal. If you forget about The Horn Blows at Midnight, I'll forget about Wabash Avenue.
And what, pray tell, was wrong with my performance in Wabash Avenue?
Phil, all I know is Betty Grable and Victor Mature were in that picture with you.
That's right.
Well, since then, Betty Grable made 2 more pictures with Dan Daly. Victor Mature made 3 more pictures with June Haver. And, Phil, what have you been doing?
Shooting pool with Zanuck.
What?
2 more games and the studio is mine.
Not if he shoots with a polo mallet. Now, Phil, if you'll be quiet for a moment, I'd like to tell the audience about the Academy Award picture we're going to do.
Oh, say, Mr. Benny, maybe I'll win an Oscar for that picture I was in.
What picture was that, Dennis?
I'll Get By.
Oh, yes, I'll Get By. That title was taken from a song.
It was?
Yes, Dennis. I'll get by as long as I have you.
You said it, kid.
Oh, quiet. Now, Don... Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, what'd you call for?
Well, boss, I want you to know that when you leave for New York tonight to do your television show, you'll be going by train.
By train? But, Rochester, I've been dickering all week with the airplane company.
They called and said they thought your proposition over, but decided against it.
Against it?
Yeah, they said they don't care if you do wear your Charlie's Aunt costume. They don't need an extra stewardess.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
And, boss, when I thought you were flying, I even saved on your luggage.
How'd you do that?
You know your gray suit, the one that makes you look like Clark Gable?
Yes?
Well, I took the padding out of the shoulders, and I put in 2 pairs of pajamas, 10 pairs of socks, 4 suits of underwear, and 3 dozen handkerchiefs.
Well, good.
In the other shoulder, I put your shirts, ties, bathrobe, and 2 dozen sandwiches.
Sandwiches?
When you get hungry, just reach up your sleeve, and people will think you're a magician.
Never mind that. Just see that everything is packed. Now, goodbye, Rochester. I'll see you later.
Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
I've got a very funny joke for your radio program.
A joke? What is it, Rochester? What is it?
Well, ask Mr. Wilson if he knows why a tangerine is like a manhole cover.
Oh, thanks, Rochester, thanks. Goodbye. Hey, Don.
Oh, yes, Jack.
Don, I just thought of the funniest joke. Do you know why a tangerine is like a manhole cover?
No, Jack. Why is a tangerine like a manhole cover?
Because... Oh, my goodness, I forgot to ask Rochester. How do you like that?
Jack, what are you mumbling about?
Nothing. Drop it.
I won't drop it. Why is a tangerine like a manhole cover?
Because Mr. Benny's the boss, and if you don't shut up, you're fired.
Thanks, Dennis.
Oh, that's all right. You'll get fired as long as you have me.
Oh, stop! Now, Don, I think that we should have a... Come in. Hey, look who it is. It's Mary's sister, Babe.
Hello, Jack.
Well, Babe, this certainly is a pleasant surprise. You know my cast, don't you?
Yes, Jack. I met them a long time ago.
Hi, babe.
Hello, Dennis. Say, Jack, he's cute. I love tenors.
Really?
Yes, you know, I used to be a tenor before my voice changed.
Well, now that you've mentioned your voice, Babe, I wish you'd try to raise it a little. You see, it might be confusing.
What do you mean, confusing?
Well, people think they're hearing Tallulah on both networks. Will you raise it a little?
I'll try, darling.
Thanks. Now, tell me, how come you dropped in on the program, Babe?
Mary sent me.
What?
The doctor wants her to take it easy for another week or so.
Oh, well, I wish I'd have known earlier. We're going to do our version of Sunset Boulevard today. And Mary was supposed to play Gloria Swanson's part.
Well, Jack, why don't you let me play the Gloria Swanson role?
You? But, Babe, you haven't had any acting experience.
Well, Jack, I almost was an actress.
You almost wasn't
I?
That's all right. You were? Huh? Go ahead.
Yes. When I graduated from high school, I didn't know whether I should become a radio actress or a stage actress.
Oh, well, what'd you become?
A mechanic.
Well, Babe, let me talk to Don a minute, will you? Don, what do you think we ought to do?
Well, Jack, what else can we do? It's too late to change the program.
I know, Don, but letting her play Gloria Swanson's part. I mean, we're taking an awful chance. Babe never acted before.
But, Jack, we're stuck, so we'll just have to do the best we can.
Oh. Well, all right, Babe. You can play the part that Gloria Swanson played in the picture. We'll try it. I'll play William Holden's part, and Dennis, you'll play Erich von Stroheim's part.
Erich von Stroheim?
Yes.
But Babe looks more like him than I do.
Never mind.
But I don't want to play the part of a German butler.
What?
I don't want to play the part of a German butler.
You'll play it, and that's all there is to it. Don, set the scene.
All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present our version of that picture which has won several Academy Award nominations, Sunset Boulevard.
My name is Joe Gillis. Right now I have 3 bullets in me, and I'm floating face downwards in a swimming pool behind an old mansion on Sunset Boulevard. Oh, I know. You're wondering how you can hear my voice with my face underwater. I had it transcribed for release at this more convenient time. My trouble started 6 months ago. I was an unemployed movie writer. I had tried in vain to get a job and apply to all the studios. I went to Paramount. Then to MGM. Then to Republic. either. Finally, I got to a producer who was a friend of mine. As I sat opposite him in his imposing office, he said,
Well, Gillis, what can I do for you?
J.S., I got a story I'd like to sell you that'll make a great picture.
A story, eh? Well, give me a brief outline.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Now, the hero of my story is a psychiatrist.
Oh, no good, my boy, no good. The psychiatry cycle's done, washed up. The trend today is pictures like Broken Arrow, Tomahawk, Indian stuff.
I know. You see, my hero is a half-breed psychiatrist. Now, the girl comes to him.
You have a girl in the story?
Yes, why?
Dated stuff. Movie fans want animals in pictures like Lassie, Francis the Mule, Bonzo the Chimp.
Oh, I know. But the reason the girl is going to the psychiatrist is because her pet centipede has a complex.
That's a good angle. A centipede with a complex.
Yes, this centipede thinks his shoes are too tight, and the girl's going broke buying him Dr. Scholl's foot pads.
I'm afraid that's a little too fantastic, my boy, too fantastic. As a writer, Gillis, you should realize that... Well, hello, H.W.
Hiya, J.S. I dropped in to ask you if you'd like to have lunch with me and L.B.
I'd like to, H.W., but I got a lunch date with M.J. and B.G.
Well, how about tonight? I'm picking up J.T., and we're going to have dinner with R.S.
I'm sorry, but I'm having dinner with Daryl Zanuck.
Who?
D.Z.
Oh. Well, so long. See you later, J.S.
Goodbye, H.W.
But that day, the finance company tried to repossess my car. They chased me down Sunset Boulevard. To escape them, I turned into the driveway of an old, dilapidated mansion. The door was open, so I walked in. When my eyes became accustomed to the gloom, I realized the house wasn't deserted. Then suddenly, I saw her. She was majestically descending a long spiral staircase. She must have come down that staircase often, because her legs were spiraled, too. Then she stopped and spoke.
What do you want here?
I pulled into your driveway. I thought this was an empty house.
Well, it's not, so get out.
All right, wait a minute. I know your face. You're Norma Desmond. You used to be in pictures. You used to be big.
I'm still big. It's the pictures that got small.
She was right. Her television set only had a 7-inch screen. But I turned to her and said,
Miss Desmond, I've always been a fan of yours. I went to all your movies. And you were a great actress on the stage, too.
Yes, there was one role I played hundreds of times. I'll never forget my favorite speech. I always felt a thrill as I said it.
How did it go?
If I were king. Yes, if I were king.
But that's a man's part.
Now he tells me.
Look, Miss Desmond, since you've retired from pictures, how do you get money?
Oh, I own some stock, some income property, several apartment houses, and I have oil wells up at Bakersfield that are pumping.
Gee, stock, property, apartment houses, and oil wells that are pumping. What's your largest source of income?
Shooting pool.
When I told her I was a writer, she asked me to stay and help her with a screenplay she was preparing for her comeback. For weeks, Norma and I worked hard writing her screenplay, and gradually she began to care for me. I soon realized that she was really in love with me. Sometimes she would hold my hand. Sometimes she would pat my cheek. And one night, as she was running her fingers through my hair, I walked into the room. I turned to her and said,
Norma, this is a beautiful night. Let's go out for a ride.
We can't use the car tonight.
Why not?
It's at the service station. It's up on the grass reek.
You two, it must run in the family. Look, Norma, I'm hungry. Let's go out and get something to eat.
We don't have to go out. I'll have my butler prepare something for you. Oh, Max.
Ja, mein Fräulein, was ist los mit you?
Max, I'm hungry. What can you make for me?
Gedampfte Brust, Sauerbraten, Wiener Schnitzel, Hassenpfeffer, and Kuschlein mit Zibelis.
What's Kuschlein mit Zibelis?
I don't know. I told you I didn't want to play this part.
Never mind that. Just bring me a ham sandwich.
Ja, mein Herr.
Joe, dear, you have your sandwich. I'm going to change into something more comfortable.
As I waited for my sandwich, I took something out of the fruit bowl. When I bit into it, I broke my 2 front teeth. It was then I realized how important it was to know the difference between a tangerine and a manhole cover. Finally, I began to tire of the whole situation. I decided to leave. And as I was packing my things to go, Max suddenly interrupted me.
You are leaving here, mein Herr?
No, I'm taking it with me.
Yes,
Max, I'm leaving. I can't stand it any longer. This is a weird household. Norma's so possessive. And you keep watching me. Always watching.
Oh, but I got a right to watch, because even though I am now her butler, once I was her 17th husband.
You were her 17th husband? Who were the others?
There was Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McCuffy, Malarkey, Mahone...
Now cut that out! And stand aside.
Mein Herr, I wouldn't leave here if I was you.
Well, you're not me, so get out of my way.
Max, what's the matter?
Oh, Fraulein, he's going to leave you.
No, Joe, no.
I've got to, Norma.
Joe, you can't do this. Max, stop him. Look at me, Joe. Look at me. I can't face life without you. You're everything to me. My life, my love. If you go, I'll kill myself. Do you hear me? I'll kill myself.
It was after she read this big dramatic speech that I wish Mary were back on the show. I ignored her frantic pleading. I was determined to leave. So I grabbed my typewriter and rushed out of the house. She followed me screaming.
Joe, you can't leave me.
I'm going, Norma. Goodbye.
You can't go, Joe. Nobody leaves a star.
Ooh. Yes, she killed me. And I fell dead in her swimming pool. The only consolation is that they gave me a nice funeral. And I had wonderful pallbearers. There was Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McGuffey, Malarkey, Mahone, Rafferty, Lafferty, Connolly, Donnelly, Dooley, Shapiro. Yes, that is my story. I lived and died on Sunset Boulevard.
Ladies and gentlemen, immediately following next Sunday's radio program, I'll do my 3rd television show. As my guest stars, I'll have Claudette Colbert, Robert Montgomery, and Basil Rathbone. This will be seen in the eastern area next Sunday, and 2 weeks later will be seen on the West Coast by Kinescope. Happy Easter, everybody.
Be sure to hear Dennis Day and the Damn Life of Dennis Day. Staples' famous Mandy Show, which follows immediately. The Jack Benny Show is heard by our armed forces overseas from facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.